Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Holy Flick podcast number 12 now. Joined by me, your host, Mr. Cannon King, and as always, your favorite co-host, Seth Scott.
Heyo.
Thought I'd throw in a little movie quote of the day to start out the podcast. You're
Right.
fond of me lobster, ain't ye?
Oh, that's a good one. I hope people understand that.
The Lighthouse 2019.
I feel like some people won't, but some people will.
You're fond of me
If
lobster,
you don't,
ain't ye?
hope you figure it out.
I thought about doing this because I made that quote at work last week and nobody knew what I was talking about, but I still thought it was hilarious.
That's fair.
Yeah, The Lighthouse 2019, Willem Dafoe. Interesting movie. I think that's undeniable, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Joined for our second podcast of 2026. Hard to believe that we're almost already in March now. Time's flying. But we've definitely watched a lot since the last podcast. A lot of stuff to talk about, to catch up on.
Absolutely.
Some of our topics for this edition is predicting the 2026 box office winners, listing out our most anticipated movies of this year, as well as always our movie games, which is the blind draft, higher or lower, and then really excitingly, we're going to be doing a Christopher Nolan draft against each other. And we decided whoever wins higher or lower gets the first pick in that draft. So there are stakes to this, but and then wrapping up the podcast with recently watched. So should be a really good time. Excited to be back again talking movies with you, Seth. And
Absolutely.
Yeah, as always a good time.
A lot to cover. Some good TV going on and has just ended as well.
That's what I'm really
Got some
excited
good
about.
TV starting Sunday. We got, as soon as we lose one show, we have a possible another banger starting Sunday. The what is this? What is the name of this with David Harbour
Jason Bateman.
and yeah,
I was just talking about this today, actually, with
something DFT. Is that what it is?
yesterday with Paul.
I don't want to say it's
It is DTF St. Louis.
DTO. Yeah.
Darkly comedic tale of three middle-aged individuals entangled in a love triangle leading to one's untimely demise. Yeah, Jason Bateman,
My goodness.
David Harbour.
What a ass.
Yeah.
Richard
Linda
Jenkins.
Cardinale, yeah,
Step
Richard
Brothers.
Jenkins, Joy Sunday, Wynn Everett. Yeah, I mean, Jason Bateman alone is always a selling point for me. But yeah, it should be good. I'm excited to talk about what you were referencing before about Night of the Seven Kingdoms when we get to our recently watched. That's probably what I'm most excited to talk with you about. But there's some other crazy things all over the place. We were talking a little bit before the podcast, but both watched some recent things. You've watched a little more recently of titles than I have, but I've been delving into some old school stuff. You have too, so we'll have a lot of interesting movies that I'm sure a lot of people have seen. I've been trying to catch up on my watch list on a lot of movies that have been on that list for like 10 plus years. I'm talking about that are big titles that are again kind of all over the place. But anyways, I'm really excited, really, for every segment of this podcast. When I sit here and look about each topic,
It should
I'm
be
like,
fun.
all these are bangers. All these should be fun conversations. So should be a really good time. And like I said, the Christopher Nolan draft, I mean, that's huge. That's blockbuster worthy in itself. Celebrating the upcoming release of the Odyssey. But yeah, we can go ahead and get started here. Predicting the 2026 box office winners. I think you said you had 7 on your list. I can do the same.
Yeah, I think I got up to 7, then I kind of was like, I don't really know if I should go any further than that.
Okay. We can
for me personally, we can.
We could both start at 7 if you want to, and work our way down, and then afterwards we can talk about.
Actually, I have 8. I have 8, so.
Oh, 8. Okay, we'll do
I
8.
didn't realize I had 8 down. Yeah.
We'll do 8, and then after we list out our top 8, we can talk of some of the movies that are just outside the cut that could possibly make their way into the top 10. Because I think towards the bottom tier, there's a lot that could shift around. I think towards the top,
easily.
It's probably pretty clear. But yeah, you want to go ahead and list your number 8th highest grossing film you're predicting on for 2026?
This is just pure off name recognition. The Michael movie.
Mine
the
is
Michael
also
Jackson
at number 8. That is also
oh my God.
at number 8. No joke. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like just the name, well, obviously the name, but just who it is. I mean, that's gonna do numbers.
I mean, those big music biopics, we know that they already do really well, like the Queen one, Bohemian Rhapsody, with Rami Malek, and then the Taron Egerton, Rocket Man, I think did pretty well. Yeah, music biopics are usually pretty safe bet when it comes to being box office winners. Elvis, that did a big numbers a few years ago,
right?
But like you're talking about, just name alone, like it's more along the lines
this
of something
this is
like
definitely
Elvis.
I mean, arguably the biggest name of those that you just named.
Oh, yeah. Maybe the biggest name.
I'm sure it's always subjective, but yeah.
No, I mean, I think he is. It's hard to say that Michael Jackson isn't the most known singer of all time. I mean, it's hard to argue who's got more reach than he does.
It's
and being played by a relative of his, I think that adds some more momentum to it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I agree with you though. I mean, like I said, it's also crazy enough.
Probably see it.
Oh, I will.
I'm not a big musical biop guy. I did see the Springsteen one, but that one was just kind of meh.
That delivered me from nowhere.
Yeah, it was okay. This is not my bag.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this movie's going to do well. Number 7. You may go ahead and go with number 7.
Well, I could tell you my number 7 if you want to, and then say yours.
Yeah, we'll just do that alternate.
Yeah.
I hope not.
I've got Minions 3 at number 7
on my list. We're not the same. Hey, I love me some Minions. I've seen them all.
I was say they just rake in the money no matter what in this franchise.
They really do. It's crazy, crazy work they put in.
It's one of those movies, and when I go through some, like I had I'll go ahead and say real quick, I guess, what I had at my 10 and 9, so we can go ahead and throw those out of the way too.
Yeah, go ahead.
I guess if you don't mind. At number 10, I have Jumanji 3, and at number 9, I
didn't even know that.
I have Mando and Grogu, which I think could go up more.
Nah.
I have it lower, but I feel like my bottom, my 6 through 10, I feel like could all kind of shift around, and I'm not super confident about them. But Mando and Grogu,
you just don't know how hurt Star Wars is, just how they just haven't had a good showing over the last however many years now. So
and the Mandalorian's
but it could easily just shoot up, like you said.
Yeah, no, 100%. Mandalorian just kind of been on a downward spiral. It feels like a little bit, not in a super bad way, not like the quality just dropped off completely, but as far as like viewership and reach, since like season 1, it's been on a steady decline, I feel like. So I just don't know how much people are still invested in that story, and like you say, much less Star Wars overall. I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll wait and see. I think it's going to make a ton of money. I think it could make $1 billion or more. It could be 1.5 billion, but I could also see it making as low as like 800 million. Like, I just don't really know where it really falls in at. I'm going to say this too up front, is I think any movie in my top 10 in general could make $1 billion. I think that's where we're
at least fair.
I think.
Yeah.
I think Jumanji 3 could make $1 billion. Do I think it will? Probably not, but it could. Mando and Grogu could. I think Michael could. And number 7 for me, I think Minions 3 could, for all I know. I doubt it, but I just don't. I mean, like, was Zootopia 2 still doing numbers and way more than even the first? Like, you just never, I guess, really know exactly what's going to be a hit or not.
Zootopia is a great example. Like, out of nowhere,
that would be the highest grossing animated film,
Great
all
film,
time.
by the way. Go see it if you still can.
Yeah, I haven't checked it out. I honestly haven't even seen Zootopia 1. I've heard great things about both. I would definitely check them out. Like I said, I'm a Jason Bateman fan as well. But it's just as far as in my mind, I think all of these films are making at least 650-700 million on the bottom end and could go towards $1 billion on my bottom 5, like 6 through 10. In my top 5, I think all those are more of a lock, I guess, for $1 billion, or they're right along it. But anyways, all that to say, long-winded. Number 7, Minions 3 for me. I just again think that franchise prints money, and animated films always do really well.
I wonder how long they're gonna go.
Yeah, I mean, even the memes online, like Minions, are still used in memes. It's been in the pop culture
There's a
zeitgeist for 10 plus
quick
years.
Shout out. There's a girl on TikTok who sings songs in Minion language. And I'm not saying like she just does like a basic, like 2 different sounds. She goes through the whole song in the Minion language. It is
like she's mastered
it is outrageous.
Their dialect or whatever.
Yes, and it is outrageous. If you ever get on TikTok, just look her up. She's like blown up on there for doing that, and I don't even know how she does it without laughing. Like 10 seconds in, it's insane. So check that out, folks. If you have TikTok, she might be on Facebook Reels too. I don't know, but
I'm a little apprehensive.
Just type in Minions singing woman.
It sounds a little scary.
It's mesmerizing. I couldn't stop listening to it.
Yeah. But yeah, what do you have at your number 7?
Get back to this. My number 7, I have Dune 3. Sorry.
Oh wow. Okay.
I just can't stop thinking about Dune 2. I guess. Messiah. I don't know what's the official title.
Yeah. It hasn't really been announced yet. In the book, it would be following Dune Messiah, but I think they're calling it Dune Part 3 is what they're going with.
That's probably smart.
Just for the continuity.
Yeah.
Wow. So you have that number 7. I'll go ahead and say I have that out of my cut. That's one of the movies that I don't think will make the top 10. But I don't know.
I'm praying for it. Yeah, right.
It could, but that's a good pick.
Okay. 6 and 5. Wait. Okay, I think I messed up here. So I had Michael, Dune, and then I had something else at 7. So I guess I had 9. I don't have numbers beside it, and I guess I can't count. Oh. Well, anyways.
Hey, we're not a math podcast.
Yeah, we're not a math podcast, so that would be 9. So okay, well, my real number 7. So Dune Part 3 was number 8. My real number 7 is The Odyssey.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So you've actually have Michael at 9, Dune 3 at 8.
Yes.
And then The Odyssey at 7.
The Odyssey at 7.
Okay. Yep. So I have Michael 1 up than you. Okay, I see. Yeah, I've got The Odyssey on my list. I'll say that. It's higher than 7. But,
okay. Yeah, it got tough for me here because of the ones that I have ahead of The Odyssey. Yeah.
Yeah, again, I think as far as really... Okay, I guess we'll talk about it at the end of this list. We'll be more open. But I think a lot of these, again, could shift, like in so many different ways. It's hard to say. I feel like it's,
for sure.
It's really difficult. It's like kind of whatever's going to catch that moment, I feel like, and really get momentum. Okay, go ahead with your number 6 then, I guess.
Yep. Number 6, I have Toy Story 5.
Okay.
Sorry. Moana. I hand wrote this. I can't read when I wrote.
Can't read your own handwriting.
Toy Story is on my list, but it's not right there.
It is. Toy Story is also on my list, and actually Moana, the live action film, is also on my list at number 6. That is one that I do share with you. I agree. I think that's where it really starts to get to where they probably will be touching that $1 billion mark, I'm going to say. I don't know. I mean, Disney live action, as far as quality goes, I'm not complimenting, but as far as the box office on some of them, and it's something as far as like Moana, I mean, Moana's on like I'd say it and Frozen are pretty neck and neck for reach when it comes to animation. So something that's just that mega in size, I think we're in territory now in my mind, just personally, where we're looking at probably $1 billion or close to
for
it
every
movie going forward, in my opinion.
Yeah, every movie from here on out is.
That's how I saw it. I mean, it's teetering the line for me at number 6. For me at number 5, I have The Odyssey. So, like I said, it was on my list, but it was higher. So I do think The Odyssey will make over $1 billion. I think Christopher Nolan, plus one of the most popular stories in human history and oldest stories, being adapted in this way. I just think Oppenheimer being at the $1 billion mark, I think The Odyssey's a bigger reach even than Oppenheimer. And after he did something like that, like the role that he's on in his entire career, but even just coming off of Oppenheimer, I think it'll make $1 billion, in my opinion. But that's my number 5.
All right, my number 5 is Minions.
Okay, so even higher up than me.
I'm not gonna get into that heavy, but yeah, kind of what we talked about. That franchise they just do numbers. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what's in the movie. You just put Minions or Despicable Me, which are basically the same thing in my opinion. Minus Gru, I guess. They print. They literally print.
Well, didn't one of was it Minions 2 that they went into like young Gru in that movie, or was he just like a cameo
I think so.
or something?
There is a movie where there's so many I don't really know what's what anymore.
It's like they all kind of blend together at this point.
Yeah, but there is one, yes, where he's like young kid. Gotcha. Yeah, I think it might be the Minions too. I think you're right.
Yeah, I just don't know. I mean, I feel like it could maybe flop, but I think it could make $1 billion plus with that. But that elimination style or whatever, I think just it appeals to so many people, even with that like Grinch film and stuff like that. Like I think the Super Mario.
I love that movie.
I mean, Super Mario is animated by them.
Glad you mentioned.
$1 billion plus, which I'm sure will be on our list. Is that your number 4?
No, it's not. My number 4. My number 4 is actually Toy Story.
Okay.
5.
Okay.
Wish they wouldn't even be making another Toy Story, but it is what it is. I mean,
really should have
name
stopped
alone
at 3,
right
to
there.
be honest with you, but
yeah, I agree, 100%.
4 was really good. It's just, it's just kind of like, I don't know, what else could you be doing here other than just trying to just be here for money, I guess. But I think the premise of the new one looks interesting, like on what it'll have to say or moral of the story.
I do like the bringing in tablets.
Getting the kids thinking about old school toys versus just a
tablets and phones and. No, I agree. Yeah, but 4 I have Toy Story.
Okay.
What's your number 4?
Spider-Man Brand
New
Day.
3? Yeah.
I'm on 4. Okay. Spider-Man Brand New Day. This is one that I could touch into the top 3, I think. Possibly. Next up, I do have Toy Story 5. So you had it at 4. I had it at 3.
At number 3.
Yeah, that's my number 3. That starts my top 3. But yeah, I think Spider-Man Brand New Day, especially once the promos start going, I think that'll be more of a tell on the, I guess, potential for the film. The fact that there is no promo yet for it, even though it comes out before Doomsday, correct? Like in August or September, something like that.
Yeah, definitely. before.
It's kind of baffling because they started the Doomsday promos like months back, and I figured with the Super Bowl that there would probably be a Spider-Man teaser or something, but not really sure what's going on there.
Just a little something.
Yeah, I don't know if they're just wanting to wait till closer to time and try to blow people away if it's still editing or what's going on. But anyways, once we see more promos for that, I think that'll show what it's capable of. But right now I would have it at my number 4 in Toy Story 5, just because we're talking about a movie that's like it would flop if it doesn't make $1 billion at that point for a movie like that. I think Spider-Man is very, again, capable of it. Again, I mean, you're coming off of one of the highest grossing films of all time with No Way Home. So living up to that hype, like, it has such a huge ceiling. I think it's kind of all over the place, but Toy Story 5 I think is for sure probably in the $1.5 billion territory. You're talking about one of the biggest IPs in movie history, especially when it comes to animation, and you know, family movies always make the most money, so definitely in today's day and age. So anyways, Toy Story 5 my number 3, Spider-Man number 4. What do you have for your number 3?
We swapped ours. I have Spider-Man at number 3.
Okay, so neck and neck. We're pretty much
we swapped our 4 and 3s there.
So it looks like we've got maybe the top 2 are the same, because you haven't mentioned anything in my top 2.
I guarantee you our top 2 are the same. I don't know if they're in the same order, but we definitely have top 2.
I bet they are. I want to say that they are.
Number 2 I have, this was tough, honestly. 1 and 2 was like, I really didn't know what to pick.
Yeah.
But I went number 2, Super Mario Galaxy.
I did too. Yeah.
Yeah. I figured it's just too hard I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised either way if the 1 and 2 get flopped at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, Super Mario Galaxy, World Galaxy, I don't know. Super Mario Galaxy movie. Okay.
Yeah, I think Super Mario Galaxy movie. Yeah, I think it'll, I don't know. The potential of that movie is super, super high. As we talked about with that animation style and just the Mario character and what it's proved it can do with the first film. But I mean, too, I could still see a world where Toy Story makes more than it. I don't know, but I think it'll be the battle between them two as far as animation for this year. Has to be, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I don't think Minions has a chance against them.
Unfortunately not.
Which is crazy. Like, the franchise, or not, I guess it's a spinoff of the franchise that got that studio started, and it's now just that Mario team up with it. But yeah, I agree with you. I think Super Mario number 2, and as we're both about to say, Avengers Doomsday number 1. Unless you're going to come out of left field or something. But
nope, I don't even know. I was trying to think of something crazy to put in there. Something. Mortal Kombat 2.
Sharknado 5.
They're actually probably on 6 by now.
Yeah, it was just a complete guess. Yeah, Doomsday, I think, is kind of like Thanos. It's just inevitable sort of thing. I just don't. They would have to go wrong, like really, really wrong, not to end up number 1, just from past history and bringing back all the actors.
It'd probably be the biggest flop of all time if it's not number 1. Even though it's not a flop, but from what the expectation.
Yeah, it's kind of
it has to be number 1.
What I was saying about the Toy Story film, like, if Toy Story doesn't make at least like $1 billion, it's going to be seen as a disappointment. I feel like if Doomsday doesn't make at least like $1.5 billion, it's a disappointment. It really needs to be looking more towards 2 or in that range, somewhere in that range. But
with everything going into it, the nostalgia, the names, the grand scale. Yeah.
I think one thing that they need to be promoting more, in my opinion, is the presence of Doom, which I know that they're just trying to build that hype up for RDJ and all that. Yeah. But I think that Dr. Doom is not as much widely known as we would, think he is to the general public.
I agree. I agree completely.
So I just think there needs to be a little more on that, but I guess RDJ will speak for itself. I'm sure it will. like you said, with all the characters that it has in it and bringing back the actors, I mean, I think it's pretty much obvious that Doomsday has to be number one. Like I said, pretty much everything else on the list could kind of shift around a little bit. I think that's the one thing that's pretty rock solid. But we'll see. I mean, Marvel's not in the best state, so I think that's the one chink in the armor, the one possibility that it doesn't end up number one. But I just don't see a world where it's not. Some of the films I had outside, like I said, my top 10, Dune 3 was one of them, which I think could end up in that bottom 5 territory. Hunger Games film, also think that could end up in that bottom 5 area. Supergirl and Project Hail Mary. I think Project Hail Mary probably the least likely out of those 4.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But maybe Supergirl. Yeah. I don't know. I think Dune 3 and Hunger Games have the best shot. Probably Hunger Games to me. Just again, going back to just how widely known and past history and all that stuff. I think Hunger Games probably the most likely to make its way in there. And then Dune 3, probably Supergirl, and then Project Hail Mary. But again, it goes back to, I think that pretty much any of these films could crack $1 billion, which is just wild. I
hope it happens for film.
Yeah, I do too. I really do feel like this is a do or die year for the theaters. Either it'll be the highest grossing year of all time, or, it's really they're gonna start giving up, I feel like. Kind of do or die, all or nothing. But get out and support these films for sure, and there'll be a whole lot more beyond like what we said, just these big blockbusters and things like that to check out. I'm really excited for the Peaky Blinders movie coming up here soon, just a couple weeks. Still haven't seen if it's going to be showing in Nashville yet or not. I just assume it will be, but I hope it'll be shown in theaters.
Hopefully so.
Just never know with Netflix.
Nope, you sure don't.
But yeah, it'll be fun to come back at the end of the year, revisit this top 10 list and see where we both were sitting at.
See what we did.
Yeah, how accurate we were. We'll go over that. We could do like our own Spotify recap at the end of the year. Flashback to different lists like this.
That'd be nice.
But yeah, so moving on to the next topic. Our 7 most anticipated films of 2026. So seamlessly going from what we think will make the most to what we're most excited for. We can do same format if you want to. You want to start us out with number 7?
Yes, I will. Let me put my list up here. At number 7, I have Supergirl.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that was kind of tough. I almost didn't have that one on the list. Not because I'm not excited for it, but just
not as.
I don't really know what to expect with it. Not as, and I'm very hopeful with after what we saw this past summer with Superman, but I just don't. I don't know. So that's why it's at number 7.
Honestly,
Supergirl in August.
I think it's July. I'm pretty sure it's July.
Yeah.
Or end of June, somewhere in that territory, June or July. I need to look that up just a second. I don't have Supergirl on my list, and I was going to say, personally, one of the things that I'm
June 26th.
June 26th, okay. Because I thought, I would say, I think Odyssey is owned in July.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm excited for Supergirl and the character of Supergirl, the way she was introduced at the end of Superman. I'm honestly most excited for Lobo, to be honest with you, just because I've always been a big Lobo fan.
I think a lot of people are going to be really waiting for that appearance.
Always been a big Lobo fan, and Jason Momoa has been like, that's the dream cast of Dreamcast.
Yeah, I feel like it's born for it type role.
Which is, I mean,
that's what you're talking about.
Yeah. I remember us mentioning that back in the earliest days of Holy Flick when we first started talking about Jason Momoa for Lobo. So it's finally coming to fruition. I think that's honestly what I'm most excited for with that movie. No shade at all to Supergirl, the character, at all.
Right.
But yeah, that I didn't have that on my top 7, but that was like, one I was considering to have at the bottom. I mean, it's kind of difficult. There's a lot of I don't know, big titles this year that I think could do really well.
Absolutely.
One of them actually.
What's your number 7?
I was gonna say real quick, one of them I have on this list I'm looking at, and I'm like, this could also be outside the cut for box office, and neither one of us talked about it. Anyways, it's not my number 7, which is Werewolf by the new Robert Eggers film coming out around Christmas time.
That will be popping back up soon.
I think
someone else's list.
Oh yeah, I think he Robert Eggers has I don't know, kind of brought me in since Nosferatu, I think, a little bit, and I enjoyed like the Witch and Lighthouse. Like, all of his films are very transportive. They're very eerie and weird and all these different things, but it's never been like too much for me, and I just see them as like a heightened gothic horror. Honestly, the way I've seen them so far is like I enjoy his stuff a little more than like Del Toro, honestly, but I think they're kind of in the same area. I just think Robert Eggers goes a little more hardcore.
I like him way more. No offense to Del Toro.
Yeah. I think Del Toro is more of a fantastical version of that gothic horror, and Robert Eggers is more of like a gritty,
noir, just dark.
Yeah, darker and a little more
sad, really.
and visceral. Yeah.
There's really no happiness in his films.
Not much. I mean, there's some comedy, but it's never like I don't know.
Yeah. You're never feeling good in the movie.
No, things are never happy.
About anything.
Even when you're laughing, it's not a happy moment.
It's like, anyway, oh man.
I think the Werewolf, I like, as far as like folklore and stuff like that goes, I've always enjoyed werewolves some of the most, so I think that'll be interesting to see what he does with that. And again, coming off Nosferatu, I just feel like I have to have that on my list, and that's my number 7. Number 6 for me is Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Okay.
I'm just been a Spider-Man fan since I was a little kid, and excited for, I guess, the direction that this film could be going, coming off of No Way Home and Peter Parker being an unknown, looking like it's going to be more street level stuff, practical effects, Punisher in there, Hulk in there. I think it'll be a really good time. And I know Tom Holland gets a lot of shade and criticism, but I still think he's like all around one of my favorite Spider-Man. He's not my favorite. I still say like Tobey Maguire's best Spider-Man, or best Peter Parker. I say Andrew Garfield's probably my favorite Spider-Man. I just think Tom Holland kind of fits the bill for both for me. Andrew Garfield was never believable as
balance.
Peter Parker, and I mean, no shade against
He's like
Tobey
6'4".
I love Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man as well. Andrew Garfield was also like incredibly handsome dude, so it's like, I don't believe that you're this nerd.
Yeah, like something like he's tall, handsome. Like, yeah, this dude's definitely a loser, huh?
Yeah, does not fit the Peter aspect, but his like trash talk and stuff as Spider-Man I thought was great. But anyways, I'm a Tom Holland fan myself as Spider-Man. Maybe not in everything that he does, but I'm excited for it. Yeah, my number 6.
Good one. My number 6 is not. I almost certainly can guarantee it's not going to be on your list. Mortal Kombat 2.
Oh wow. I enjoyed that first one. I have to say,
I just like those movies. Like the first one of the new reboot was not terrible.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be garbage. I'm gonna be honest with you, but it was actually pretty decent. And I just love the films from when I was a kid, even though those are actually garbage. But the first one's not terrible, but the second one was bad. It's just a nostalgia kick. I'm excited to see that. It's just it's a popcorn movie, 100%. Yeah. Just have fun with it. That's why it's at 6. I could probably swap that and Supergirl and be fine, but either way. That's my number 6 is Mortal Kombat 2. And I guess I'll go ahead with number 5. I have Avengers Doomsday at 5.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's
It's not a high ticket for me. I'm gonna go see it. I mean, that's just, you have to. I'm just a little tired of large scale 50,000 superheroes in a movie. That's why I'm excited for some of these, like Supergirl, a little more grounded. Superman was, he did have other heroes, but he was the main focus for most of the movie.
well,
Batman movie, same way.
It was characters you hadn't necessarily seen before, like Guy Gardner and
Right,
Mr. Terrific,
100
and things
times.
like that. You know.
Same thing with the new Cap last. It was kind of focused on him. There wasn't 100 different people helping him out. Really like that movie. I feel still got overrated.
Even the new Thunderbolts too was pretty small scale when it came to all the characters and introducing new characters.
Love that movie.
I was gonna say
that's number 5. I got Doomsday.
That's my number 5 as well. We're starting to get on the same wavelength here. Yeah, I think all the same reasons like you said. I think there's enough in it to be excited for, bringing back that old era. And I think of this movie like, I think this in a weird way. Now that I think about it, it's kind of like going to be a reflection of the state of cinema and the theaters. So as just movie fans, we almost like really need this movie to do as well as possible, because if not, if Avengers Doomsday can't make close to $2 billion at least, that's not a good sign.
What is going to?
Yeah. So I'm excited for it. It's a moment, just like when you think about it, all the Avengers movies have been like a moment in time for pop culture and just people in the world. Even like Ultron's probably at the bottom of that list, but it still was a huge moment and made a ton of money. Even Civil War was kind of like an Avengers 2.5 or 2.5. So I'm excited for it to just be a part of that moment again, like before. Nostalgia, I guess, and to see those characters back. Really, more than anything for me, it's Doctor Doom. I really hope that they treat that character with respect, for me personally, because I've always been a huge Doctor Doom fan. One of my favorite like character designs and just characters and villains and all that stuff within Marvel. So I think there's enough there to be excited for sure. But yeah, that's also my number 5. My number 4, this is the one I was talking about that didn't mention on my box office list. You didn't mention on yours, and it could be on there, is the new Chronicles of Narnia, The Magician's Nephew, which comes out this November. Greta Gerwig's project, which is Disney produced, but will have a theatrical release. And I just think for the Chronicles of Narnia, for that's another one of those just big IP names, that's proven that it can be, make a lot of money, especially with the old one. But I'm excited. I was a huge fan of the books when I was growing up, like in junior high and stuff. I read all the books, and I love the fact that they're actually starting with The Magician's Nephew. It seems like they're going in order. And I'll say this, whether the movies are great or just mid, I will probably be supporting them to the fullest, because I want this whole franchise to be adapted, even if it's just okay, and I like them, and not the greatest thing ever. I love those stories. The more that they go on, and the more that they even get away from the line The Witch in the Wardrobe, like by the last like 2, like the Silver Chair and the I'm trying to remember the name of the last one. I don't think Silverchair was the last one, but like the 6th and 7th book, they're fantastic with the ending of the whole franchise. So I'm just excited to see this be adapted again. great, fantastic writer and director, and Greta Gerwig. She's done like huge stuff, money making things. So I'm excited for a new franchise. I know it's a remake and it's being adapted and all those things, but I'm just really, really excited about it. It just touches a part of my childhood and just love Chronicles of Narnia. So yeah, that's my number 4, Magician's Nephew.
It's good. All right, so it's my number 4 now, right? Yep.
Yeah, you're number 4 now. Yeah. 4, then 3.
My number 4 is Cliff Booth.
Oh man, I almost forgot about it. To be honest with you, I don't know how. That promo at the Super Bowl was really cool. By the way,
it was very cool when you text me about it. One of the best movie characters ever. One of the coolest for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Love that movie. I watched it like 3 times in a week span, like last year, 2 years ago. I bought it instantly. Love that movie, and a lot of the reason was Cliff Booth's character. So I'm excited to see. I'm hesitant because you never know. Like, this could be like, garbage, but I don't think it's going to be.
Well, I think
it'll be good.
I think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I remember seeing that movie when it came out. Such an awesome time, but it's kind of turned into a lot of people's like favorite Tarantino movie, oddly enough.
I think that's fair.
Very quotable. I know some people don't love it,
sure.
But I was going to say that David Fincher being a part of it makes it really interesting with Tarantino, like getting the script. Because I don't think Tarantino's handed off a script in decades to somebody like that.
Right.
But obviously that he must have seen a story to tell. But like you, I mean, that's not on my list. That should be on my list though, because man, I just forgot about that while I was making my list. But that looks like it's going to be awesome.
We'll get a theatrical release, but probably not.
I think that it will, but I don't know. Especially if they're doing a Super Bowl trailer, I would.
Yeah, you would think.
I mean, they're looking at it, I guess, as a bigger moneymaker than I am. I mean, I think it's a film that could do well, but
I agree. I don't think it's one of those that's just would kill at the box office. But
I mean, you have to imagine just the fact alone, it'll probably be rated R, most definitely.
Yeah, but it has to be. Yeah,
and it's a spin-off of a Tarantino of like an original film. Which Tarantino's, a huge director and everything, but I just don't know what this film could do or what it's about, or I don't know. I mean, but at the same time though, I'm just like super stoked for it.
Have you seen the cast?
Yes, it's pretty
crazy.
Awesome. And I love like
Brad
the changing
Pitt,
of the eras. Oh, go ahead.
Timothy Olyphant, Holt McCallany from Mindhunter, Scott Conn, Peter Weller,
huge
RoboCop. I like that's it.
It's got some actresses in it as well. Carla. How do you?
I'm not going to try to say the guy's name, but the guy that played Black Manta.
Black Manta from Aquaman. Yeah,
I'm not trying to say his name because I'm not going to butcher it.
I think it's Abdul Mateen or something like that. The second.
You probably nailed it.
But yeah,
I like that character, by the way.
There's some actresses in here too that I recognize on the top build. Elizabeth Debicki and Carla Gugino.
Gugino, yeah.
Yeah,
I think she was in
Tarantino
Watchmen.
writing. Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was. She's been in a lot of stuff.
She was also in Gerald's Game. I don't know if you've watched that, but that movie's a trip.
We talked about that before, and I believe we even talked about it on the podcast before, if I remember correctly. Haunting of Hill House is what I was thinking about with her. She was also in San Andreas. Yeah, she did an episode in Justified too. I didn't know that. I don't remember that.
Carla did?
Yeah. That's what I had her listed for.
Who was her
episode
character?
in Justified. Let me go back and see. It was funny. Key and I stopped watching in the middle of Justified. She wasn't the biggest fan of it.
We'll have to talk about that on Saturday.
Yeah, please talk her into it. It is your one job this Saturday.
That's all I got to do.
AD Karen Goodall. I feel like I remember her name Goodall, but maybe I'm thinking of Jane Goodall. I don't know. Anyways,
probably.
Yeah, I don't really remember her in that show, but she is written
Yeah, it must have been a quick courtroom thing.
I mean, Tarantino writing, Fincher directing is like all that it takes for me. And you got Brad Pitt starring, and like you said, one of the coolest characters ever created.
Ever. Literally ever.
I mean, I love Timothy Olyphant as well.
He is just cool.
That promo, like I said, I mean, it took, I know you said you got it immediately, but it took me like 2 or 3 seconds to go like, what is this? Like, what's Brad Pitt doing? And I was like, oh, this is Cliff Booth. And the fact that they didn't even put like the title or anything or release date, I mean, that showed a lot of confidence, I felt like, but
I instantly set up off the couch as soon as that started playing. I was like, uh-oh. I didn't know they were doing an ad.
Yeah, I had no clue either. That would have been one of the movies I did not expect to have a teaser.
For sure.
Of all the movies that had one.
For sure.
What's your number 3?
Number 3 is The Odyssey.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, not much to say on that, really. I think everybody knows the deal with, it's The Odyssey.
It's Christopher Nolan. That's
Christopher Nolan
is stat cast in history.
I literally don't have to say anything else after I say Christopher Nolan. Everybody should know that you have to go see this movie.
Just drop the
cast
mic
as well.
Yeah,
I'm still not the biggest fan of the cast. I've said it from day one. I just don't like Matt Damon as Odysseus. Whatever. I'll trust Nolan.
I was gonna say, like, his best roles since like The Martian, I think, come from Nolan. Whether it's Interstellar,
I agree with that for sure.
Whether it's Oppenheimer, I think Nolan brings something out of him that is different. I don't know. It seems like
this
really
cast is outrageous too.
Oh, it's like one of the most stacked casts, and it goes back to Oppenheimer again, where it's just A-list after A-list after A-list.
Matt Damon, Tom Holland, Anne Hathaway, Robert Pattinson, Zendaya, Charlize Theron, Mia Goth, John Bernthal, Elliot Page, Benny Safdie, Ryan Hurst, James Rimmer,
Logan Marshall Green,
Lupita
Nyong'o.
Lupita Nyong'o. My gosh, man, that's absurd.
Hovan Adepo, I forget how you say his name, but he's fantastic. It's definitely one of the more stat casts. It's also got Travis Scott, let's not forget.
Yeah. I don't know, forget that.
Yeah, no, I mean 100%. It got to be top 3, or I'd start throwing punches if you didn't have this in your top 3 for me.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, what's your number 3?
Number 3 for me is Project Hail Mary.
I'm just going to go ahead and get this out before we get into it. I did not finish. I put a DNF that book. I put it down.
Yeah, I remember you saying it wasn't really for you.
I couldn't get into it. I really love The Martian. One of the other books that he wrote, but
yeah,
this was just not it for me personally. Slow burn, but go ahead.
Yeah, I love Ryan Gosling. He's probably one of my favorite actors.
Yeah,
I mean, he has a great choice in films, a great just filmography in general in his history.
Sure.
You got Chris Lord and or Phil Lord and Christopher Miller. Said that backwards. Phil Lord and Christopher Miller writing, directing, with the screenplay and the directing. Because, like you said, the actual writer of the book also wrote The Martian, which is just more cause to believe in it for me.
Right.
I heard. I think you're the only person I know that hasn't loved it. But I don't know too many people that have read the book. It's like 5 people that I know that have read the book, and most of them,
it's a very popular book,
have loved it, but and they've told me to stay away from a lot of information in it and stuff. I like to read books after the movies. That's what I've done with Dune. I like getting the extra information afterwards rather than having some preconceived notion of what the movie should be.
Well, mostly with Knights of the King.
Yeah, 9 to 7 Kingdoms.
We'll get to that later.
But anyways, yeah, really excited about that one a whole lot. Project Hail Mary is my number 3, and The Odyssey is my number 2. As you said, Christopher Nolan. This 1 and 2 for me were just kind of neck and neck, back and forth. But it could be really either one of them. But The Odyssey, number 2, Christopher Nolan. The Odyssey is one of my favorite stories personally. In history, when I first read it, and I compare life to the Odyssey all the time, in just day-to-day life. But kind of that hero's journey aspect that we've come to know in so many other stories, it's kind of the foundation of a lot of storytelling that we know. So just the importance of that story and Christopher Nolan, and again that cast and everything, I think it's just going to be absolutely mind-blowing. I mean, Oppenheimer's one of my favorite movies ever, and he's coming off of that, so he's just on he's like leveling up when I never even thought that was possible.
You think he's not going higher, and he just keeps going.
Yeah, this guy just doesn't miss.
Are you more excited for this movie, or were you more excited for Oppenheimer? I already know my answer, but it's not really a fair comparison. Because of Barbenheimer, I guess, but
I mean, I wasn't even really thinking about Barbenheimer. I don't know, man. I feel like I may have been a little more excited for Oppenheimer, but my expectations are higher for the Odyssey. I feel like, I don't know,
because of Oppenheimer.
It's neck and neck. Well, I love the Oppenheimer story, like the history of that. I'd read into that before, like years before the movie. And again, talking about because the Odyssey, I think, is important when it comes to like storytelling. Oppenheimer, I think, is important as far as like the state of the world in general, and maybe the most important event in human history as far as human intervention goes. So I just... they're kind of like neck and neck because they're just both such epic stories with something to say and a lot of history behind them. I may be more excited for the Odyssey. I don't know. It'd be hard to say, honestly. I mean, Nolan for me is just like, he's turned into maybe my favorite as far as the director goes, and just a visionary. I feel like he's always been one of my favorites, but just for whatever reason, like in the last few years, it's just like I see him as like the modern Kubrick of this guy has no downfalls. Like Tenet is the one that would probably be brought up the most, and even that is like absolutely mind-blowing and visually insane, like doing stuff that nobody's ever done before on a whole different, just technically alone. Like you cannot love the movie, but there's just so many things that he does from a technical aspect, or from so many aspects. It's just like I think he's the best alive, in my opinion. But yeah, anyways, it'd be neck and neck. What about for you? Would you have been more excited for when the Odyssey came out, or
I think it's Oppenheimer. But I think it's part of it is because of the whole cult, like Barbenheimer thing. Just being at the theater that day and seeing how packed it was amazing and insane. I've never seen anything like it. Like genuinely in a moment, an event. Like you could not. Like every theater for both those movies was packed. Every single one from the beginning of the day till the end of the day. Crazy.
I remember we started counting the amount of show times that they had like in the opening weekend. And I remember in our group chat that we had that we were posting like from Thursday through like Sunday, it was only like front row seats that were available.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I think it was Paul that was like, "Oh, I'll get tickets," like whatever, and it was like that Monday or Tuesday, and we're like, "You're not gonna get tickets?" "Oh, I'm sure I can," like for Barbie or Oppenheimer, one of the two. It's like, no, both of them are completely sold out at every theater in the whole Nashville area for 5 days straight. Like, just never seen.
It was insane.
Like it.
I mean, they were opening up Oppenheimer showings at the Franklin show. They were having shows at 6 and 7 a.m. in the morning. 6 a.m.
I remember they were having midnight showings like days into the run, like not just Thursday night, but like that Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. I guess I guess now that you like do bring me back to that moment, I probably would say Oppenheimer I was more excited for just because of that moment. And
It's just hard to say, honestly.
I think it was coming at a time, it's the same thing now with Odyssey and a lot of the movies that we're talking about this year. It's coming at a time where I feel like the extra need to support films like Oppenheimer and the Odyssey. So like when Oppenheimer was coming out, it's like, you know, theaters really need our support right now. Like this is a perfect example of that. It's going to be movie of the year. All that stuff. And the same thing with Barbie on making the money, because I mean, it did so much for theaters, and Top Gun Maverick that year too. Like there was just movie after movie was coming out at the time that was just like bangers as far as quality goes and also as far as money goes. So it was just like a wonderful time for movie theaters in the post-pandemic era. I mean, that's definitely the best moment they've had. And I feel like they're trying to recreate that a little bit with the whole Doomsday marketing, if that sticks, but I think it will. I
hope it does. Yeah.
But go ahead.
So that was your number 2. So my number 2.
Yeah, your number 2.
My number 2 is Werewolf.
Oh wow!
I'm Paul Patrick has converted me full on to Robert Eggers, man. That and just him just being who he is in the film world.
Yeah.
Nosferatu was awesome. Side note, just real quick, I got a $50 credit to shop on, I forgot what the name of this, it's a film studio. Like for seeing so many of their films last year, they gave me a $50 credit to use. And I didn't tell my wife this, but I bought a life-size cutout of Nosferatu.
Oh my god!
So that'll be coming in the mail.
You mean
on the next...
like Count Orlok or whatever?
Yeah, Count Orlok. Yeah.
Oh gosh!
So it's like taller than me.
That is terrifying.
I'm gonna try to put it up. Yeah.
Nightmare.
It probably won't last long in the house, but
it kind of makes me want to get the one from the character from Alien Romulus for Key.
Oh gosh, no! Heck no! I don't want to see that thing ever again. Anyways, but yeah, number 2, Werewolf. I love his film. Like ever since I saw The Witch years and years ago. Not a big horror guy, but I can deal with his horror. Is not as It's a different kind. It's a different kind of horror. Gothic, like you said.
I keep forgetting we're kind of the same way when it comes to horror. Like it's not one of our favorite things. We don't delve into it, but in the last few years, there has been such great like horror films that just touches that right area for me, where it's like not too much too gory and dark and all that stuff. But
and I like that he's basically said straight up, like, I'm not doing any modern film. Like, he will stay in this genre forever. He will not do modern film. He said there's plenty of people doing that. Yeah,
I love that as well. That's what I guess I meant.
We need someone like that.
Yeah, 100%. And doing like
it's a good,
like the way that he's shot films as well. Like in each of his movies has been like completely different than the other, and they're just so cinematic. Such an experience.
Yep. So Werewolf number 2, excited for that. Could be another Christmas. I guess it is Christmas Day again, like Nosferatu was.
So we'll be going
or at
from
least as it stands.
Doomsday into Werewolf. Then that'll be a huge few weeks.
Hope they do it. I will try to. I saw Nosferatu as a midnight showing, so I'm trying to hopefully I can get that done as.
That's awesome.
Werewolf as well. Don't see those very often anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah, special occasions.
Number 2 for you, or I guess number 1 for you, or should I just give my number 1?
Yeah, you can go ahead with your number 1. I think it's probably the same.
I think it's the same. We both have Dune Part 3 as our number 1.
Yeah, not much mystery there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be a lot of people's number 1, but it could be the Odyssey. I could see the Odyssey being a lot of people's number 1 as well.
Yeah,
wouldn't.
Yeah. I think Odyssey and Dune Part 3. That again, those are my top 2, and those are the ones that it was kind of difficult, but Dune Part 3 is just more of a personal, and what Dune has meant in the last few years, like for me, it's
Lisan Agaib.
Yeah, Lisan Agaib. Yeah, I've become pretty obsessive over Dune since the first one came out. It just hit me out of nowhere. I mean, because with Denis, I mean, talking about another one of the greatest filmmakers alive, and arguably the favorite,
100%.
the number one. So giving him all his flowers, I just like with like Blade Runner, for instance. I wasn't like the biggest fan of it, like cinematically, with the, like cinematography and everything of it, the feel of the movie, like it was all wonderful. The Batista scene I thought was amazing. I just wasn't the hugest fan.
Yeah, the Batista bomb he gave.
Yeah, I still think that was the best performance, honestly, he's given, in my opinion, in that 5-10 minutes of that movie.
Yeah,
but I still thought that was.
You think it beats out Blade Runner?
What? The first one?
His performance? No, his performance.
In that scene, in that scene, I think he does. I think he out acts in that scene. I mean, again, I thought that was like, I know it was such a short thing, but like if Oscars had like what Emmys have, where it's like, you know, best single episode performance or whatever it is,
right?
If it was like a best cameo, like best performance under 5-10 minutes, like that would be the Oscar of that year. And I even thought he was almost like worthy of a supporting nom just for that short, you know, scene. I don't know. I just think that's the highlight of his career. Anyways, Denis, like, I love him so much, but sometimes his movies have either like really hit for me or haven't. And I wasn't familiar with Dune before it came out. I hadn't read the books, but anyway, since Dune 1, it's been like I'm on another level, and Dune 2 was just, I don't know. I mean, we saw that together. What an experience that was. Yeah. In IMAX. I mean, you know me, at the end of the movie, I'm standing up screaming Lisan Al Gaib, like as soon as the credits are rolling, like I was ready to go to war. My favorite movie probably of all time, if I had to say right now.
That's big talk, folks.
I mean, it truly, again, it's just a personal thing. I mean,
understandable.
Not making a long essay or a dissertation on how it is the best, and I'm arguing that it's the best. It's just as far as favorites go, like in the last few years, and really, I mean, having Dune 2 and Oppenheimer back to back, those are both two of my favorites. But Dune 2. Anyways, I don't mean to overtake your time on the talking about number one. No, we share the same one.
We're sharing it, man. It's pretty much everything you talked about right then and there. I really liked 1, but like we said, 2 just clicked into another level. It was just like, oh my gosh, I need the third one now.
I know it hasn't had the same impact, but it felt like our Empire Strikes Back for me. Like, as far as the significance of that movie, the scale of it. And it never played in our hometown of Waverly, which is crazy. So I remember Chase asking one of the employees who was in his class, one of the girls, and he was asking her, like, how do you not have like a Star Wars? This is Star Wars, basically. How do you not have this playing in your theater? Pretty wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, and now that I've read so going into the first 2 movies, I hadn't read any of the books. After Dune 2, I couldn't help myself. I was like, I don't care. I'm going all in. I want to nerd out about Dune as much as I humanly can.
Right.
So I've got 2 books left in it's 6-book series, and Dune Messiah is actually just the second book in the series. And after reading the book, it only makes me even more excited to see how they're going to adapt it. Robert Pattinson being in it too, talking about another one of the best actors working right now. He's in the Odyssey and in Dune Part 3, and Zendaya's in both. Just some people just crazy. Can have it all this year, I guess.
Yeah, but, must be nice.
And they're in a movie together coming out soon. Zendaya and Robert Pattinson, or it may already be out.
No, it's not out yet, but I know what you're talking about.
I think it comes out in March, like Love Story or something like that. Yeah, anyways, I'll just say, I'm not giving any spoilers away as to what's going to happen in the movie, but I will say too that the fact that they have casted Paul's children, I guess if you know sort of thing. Like I'm just curious to know where they're going with that, because I'll just say that is not in Dune Messiah. That's later. So just curious to see what they're going to be doing with that the most.
Flash forward, possibly.
I think there's been visions in both movies, so that's what my assumption is. But because the thing is, Dune Messiah is the shortest of all the Dune books, but the first Dune book is like twice the size as Dune Messiah, and they split that up into 2 movies, so it should work out to where they'll have enough content for a whole movie. But anyways, I don't mean to nerd out too much. It just means a whole lot to me. So it was just like, this has to be my number one. Yes, the Odyssey in any other year would probably be my number one, but with Dune 3, it's just I couldn't help myself. Okay, so we were, kind of like our box office list for some of them were on the same page, and even if we didn't have them ranked the same, they were still, on the list or whatever. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a really exciting year for movies.
Yeah, it definitely is, especially blockbusters. But I think we'll have some different ones mixed in there that we're going to be happy about. There always are. For me personally, just this past year alone, Blue Moon, out of nowhere, my favorite movie of the year.
I can't wait to talk with you about that a little bit.
I love that movie. Love that movie. Go see it. Go buy it if you can, folks. Can't go see it, I'm sure, but go buy it.
Yeah, you recommended it on the last podcast, and I've watched it since then. We'll talk about that on the recently watched. But yeah, there's always those prestigious, smaller budget sort of films that you don't really know about until a few months before it comes out. Like, it's not going to be on your coming soon list that you see on IMDb or other websites or stuff like that. Or you'll know when you know.
Right.
Sort of thing. Right. But yeah, a lot of blockbusters to be excited about this year. And again, it's kind of do or die. But I feel like it's just hard. Like, when we talk about the films that are going to make the most amount of money, or the films that we're most excited for, like all the films that we've listed off, like, I feel like people, even that don't go to the movies very often, there's got to be like at least a handful of films that they would definitely get out there.
Yeah,
and
just
see,
a casual.
Like, yeah,
I mean, it's gonna be a big year for kids going to theater for sure.
Those alone are gonna pull people out.
Toy Story, Moana, Minions, Mario. I mean, that's just gonna rake. Like, that's just gonna do money.
Like, that's just, again, talking about the family sector. We talk about like werewolf, for instance, is its own niche category, but that's going to pull people, a different audience in. That Dune Part 3 is, that the Odyssey is, that Project Hail Mary is, that Hunger Games, Mando and Grogu, Michael. Like, it's just every single demographic, every single possible person that could possibly go see a movie, it's like has got to go to at least 5, I would think, this year, in a year where they may go see 1 or 2 at the most. Like, as a casual moviegoer,
I hope that's what happens. Get you the AMC pass, folks.
Yeah, if there's ever a year to have it, I'd say activating it. I even talked about this actually with somebody. If you started like in like May, I think it's like mid-May or something like that, maybe even the end of April. But if you did that through like the end of the year, it's gonna pay for itself for the amount of movies that are coming out. If you're planning to watch a lot of these movies, it's a good investment at that point.
Absolutely,
100%. And I just like it in general. I never got rid of my list even through the they finally, I think, paused it during the pandemic, but I'm so crazy that I'll just keep giving them money because to help them stay alive.
I've had it since 2017.
Yeah, basically just donating.
I'm never going to cancel it. Yeah,
no matter what.
They paid me last year to go to the movie.
Yeah, you went to a ton. What was it again? 80 something?
73.
73. Dang, that's insane.
After I think 17, it was paid for. So whatever that math is, something I saw for free.
It's almost like a movie and a half a week you average.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's a lot of film. Last year was a lot more loaded than the year before that. I saw a lot more last year than I did the year before.
Yeah, just a lot of smaller, like medium budget type films that I think, I don't know, just a bunch that I wanted to check out. Okay, moving on from our most anticipated, we can get into the movie games and then wrap up with our recently watched. Starting out with Blind Draft.
All right, let me pull up my list.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I read off mine for you last time. If you want to read off yours for me, and I can rank them.
Yeah, I'll read mine. You rank.
Yeah. You read, I rank.
Let me get it up here. I don't want to do this. The hardest thing for me is picking the order.
Yeah, I'll let you read off first. All
that.
You got me.
Let's go with. Yeah, I got you last time. I can't do it again. That ain't right.
We're even for now.
All right, let's do this one first. Apocalypse Now.
Apocalypse Now. 6.
Okay.
I'll say that's one of those very iconic film history movies that I just don't like.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I've watched it once, and I think last year, I think it was on Max or something. I was like, I'm gonna watch it. I didn't finish it the second time. I was just like, I don't know. I was bored, I guess, really, honestly.
I've watched the regular cut, and there's like a Redux version that's like another 30 minutes or more.
Oof. God, nope. Yeah, I'm passing.
It's just, I don't know. Marlon Brando's great in it. It's just, that's the only thing I can say. I just didn't care for the movie. Right. So I even thought about putting it at 7. As it usually is. But I'll put it at 6.
Let's do... No, I'll save that one. I guess this would... Yeah, we're going to do Lonesome Dove.
I haven't seen it, but from what you had talked about, I'll throw it at 3.
Fair.
Well, let's say 4. I'm sorry. Let's say 4.
Okay.
Because I haven't seen it. I'm afraid that something better is going to come along.
Okay. Next up. I guess I will use that one. John Q.
John Q. I'll put that number 3.
That's a tough watch. Great movie, honestly.
Yeah, tough
great
watch.
Great movie, just a tough watch
too. I'm pretty sure.
Something we should listen to these days, probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see what else we got here. There's one that I was going to put on here, but I'm not. I don't think. You'll probably understand the. If you don't, so you got 1, 2, 5, and 7 open, and up next you got Open Range.
I'm gonna go.
One of my favorite westerns, if not my favorite.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a great movie. Kevin Costner,
very good modern one.
Robert Duvall.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming this is a Robert Duvall list.
Yeah, it is. In memory of a true legend.
That's awesome. I love this. I'm gonna say this is tough.
You have 1, 2, 5, and 7 open.
Yeah, I'm thinking 2 or 5. I wish I honestly had my 4 spot open, maybe.
Right. It's tough.
I'll go number 2.
Okay. Open Range number 2. 1, 5, and 7. The Judge.
It's a great movie.
That's a great movie.
Very underrated. I'll say number 5. Yeah, number 5. I'm afraid to put it as my number 1. And it's definitely not number 7.
I'm not going to screw you over this time. We'll see. The Godfather.
Okay, I figured that had to be coming. Yeah, Godfather number 1.
And at number 7, you got a movie that honestly is really funny. Like, I love this movie. It's Kicking and Screaming.
Oh, yeah.
Will Ferrell. That movie's funny, low-key funny.
That is funny. I mean, I am glad the way that
it's
list
great
turned
spot
out,
to be at 7, yeah.
Yeah. I just wish maybe like The Judge and Lonesome Dove were maybe changed.
Swap, yeah. That's like fair. That. So you got a pretty good list, though. Number 1, Godfather. Number 2, Open Range. 3, John Q. 4, Lonesome Dove. 5, The Judge. 6, Apocalypse Now. And 7, Kicking and Screaming.
I'm not mad at it at all. Yeah.
No, great list.
Feel good about it.
He had a lot of stuff I wanted to throw in, but some of it was kind of movies that I don't think a lot of people maybe have seen. So I was like, just leave it the way it is.
Yeah, I like it. Again, Lonesome Dove's the only one I haven't seen that's on that list.
I was going to put in The Great Santini. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
I haven't seen that either.
I don't know if it's streaming anywhere. It's pretty good. He's Robert Duvall's kind of a demanding father. It's mostly, yeah, it's pretty good.
I'll tell you what would have been number two on this list for me, at least.
From his filmography?
Yeah, from his filmography. Off the top of my head is, well...
Secondhand Lines?
Yeah, Secondhand Lines.
Yeah. I was going to put that one in there, but I was like, it's a little... I don't want too many bangers.
Yeah, Secondhand Lines
that movie
is like one of my favorite movies from when I was a kid, and even to this day. I remember that's still a very relevant movie. It was just playing on a TV. I remember I was vacationing somewhere, and it was playing on a TV, and I just ended up watching it in the hotel room for the rest of the night, and I was just like, this movie is still so good. Like, that's so good.
That's a movie that's still relevant today. Yeah. That's something I would recommend somebody to watch right now.
Yeah, if you're going to celebrate Robert Duvall, that's how I would do it, is watching Secondhand Lines. And his character in that is just fantastic.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Whole movie's so good. And really beginning to end.
He was a mentor to Billy Bob Thornton.
I did not realize that.
They had him on the Rich Eisen show, and he was talking about Duvall this week about just real quick that he loved like barbecue and meat, like steaks and all that, and he said he would call Billy Bob like every week and be like, hey, I just found this place, it's like the best barbecue in the world. And he's like, last week you told me the best barbecue in the world was in Virginia. He's like, no, this is the best. But I guess Billy Bob Thornton doesn't eat red meat, but he never like told Duvall that. So like when he'd eat with him, he would like throw it under the table to the dog and just pretend like he was eating it. I thought that was hilarious.
That is hilarious. It's awesome. Yeah, R.I.P. to a legend.
True legend. We lost another good legend today too. Maybe not on the same level as Duvall, but Robert Carradine.
Oh yeah.
From Revenge of the Nerds, and also I guess more recently Lizzie McGuire. He was the dad.
Yeah, Dad and Lizzie McGuire. Yeah, I do remember.
So rest in peace to that guy.
So that's sad.
71.
I didn't realize he was that old.
I didn't either. I thought, but I guess Lizzie McGuire show was like 20 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
All right. I guess I'll try my hand.
Okay. As I came up with the last minute, there's not really a great thread to tie these together, but I'm sure you'll get a common theme here. Starting off, how about I just go ahead and say the movie I'd already mentioned before, ironically enough. Blade Runner 2049. Start out hot.
Dude. Two.
Okay. Still leaving it open for one. I see.
Beautiful film too. Visually just.
All right, second one off the list. Let's go Minority Report.
Five.
Okay. Probably one of my favorite of Spielberg's, which you and I didn't even talk about Disclosure Day on our most anticipated order box office.
Wow.
That's another one. It's another one.
I didn't even. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Like you said, well.
Yeah, I'm just not the biggest Spielberg guy myself. But Minority Report is probably one of my favorites.
Maybe when I was a kid, I was.
Yeah. Okay, Minority Report number 5. Let's go The Social Network.
Not a big fan of that movie. 6.
6, okay. Sleeping on The Social Network. It's another one, has a sequel coming out this year. I didn't even think about how a lot of these are tying into other stuff that's coming out this year. It's definitely not the theme. Next one, let's go The Creator, John David Washington film from a couple years ago.
4. I do like that movie, honestly.
I love it. Love it.
Very
I already
underrated.
had it on my random recommendations, which I just remembered that we have to do random recommendations, and I forgot about mine. So Gonna have to come up with that last minute too. I'm not prepared today, folks.
That's all good.
So you've got your 1, 3, and 7 open right now.
Dangerous
all over
spot.
the place.
Yep.
Yeah. For the next one, I don't want to mess with you either. I'll say Steve Jobs film with the Michael Fassbender.
7.
7. Okay.
Wasn't that just called Jobs?
No, Jobs was the Ashton Kutcher version. Steve Jobs was the
Fassbender. I know which one you're talking about, but I don't
get it
remember
mixed
the name.
up too. Yeah, I always get it mixed up. Yeah, Steve Jobs.
I forgot Ashton Kutcher was in there.
Yeah, it was in the
casting
one before that, and he actually, I mean, he looked the part at least.
Sure.
1 and 3 left open here. Ooh. Let's say Ex Machina.
I can live with that as my number 1.
Number 1? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Your number 3. I was just more interested to see where you would rank that out of the two. Your number 3 is Terminator.
Ooh, the original?
The original Terminator.
Okay. I'm okay with that. Ex Machina is a great film.
Yeah, you got Ex Machina number 1, Blade Runner 2049 number 2, Terminator 3, Creator 4, Minority Report 5, Social Network 6, and Steve Jobs 7.
I'm glad out of the 6, 7. I wouldn't. Wow, I didn't mean to say that, but
it's okay. You can say it.
I'm allowed to say it.
You're allowed to say it. It's a safe place.
I am glad where those landed, so I can live with that list. I don't think I really would have changed anything except for maybe Terminator. I'd probably swap with Creator.
Oh, really?
I'm more of a Terminator 2 fan.
Yeah,
I just like Terminator 2 more.
I do as well.
But I think most people do. But
yeah, I was just kind of going with the tech is the first thing that came to
Creator
mind
slipped
for me.
on.
No, highly slipped on. Yeah. Did you make a random recommendation list?
I got something. I was just going to recommend what I had watched recently on Netflix. Honestly, this is like a couple movies.
Okay.
I can just throw them out real quick if you want me to.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Yeah. So first one I got up is Mississippi Burning.
Okay.
Don't know if you've seen that before.
I have not. I've heard of it.
It is not Mississippi Burning. Well, actually, yeah. This is kind of weird. Both of my recommendations are almost the same name. So Mississippi Grind is the first movie. It is here's the synopsis. 2 compulsive gamblers go on a road trip through the South to a high stakes poker game in New Orleans. So basically it's Ben Mendelsohn, who's very underrated. Kind of a down your luck guy, really in debt, gambler. Ryan Reynolds pops into a poker game, and Ben's character starts winning, so he views him as a good luck charm, convinces him to go on a trip with him, and then so on and so forth. The vibe of it's really different than I thought it was going to be when I first started watching it. So it's a strange movie, but also a good one. It really shows the effects of gambling. That's all I'll say on that. It's on Netflix. It's pretty short, hour 45-ish. It's ranked as a buddy comedy, but it's not really, it's kind of mostly sad, honestly. At least towards the end, it's not, but I've never heard of it. I saw it pop up on Netflix, and I was like, I guess I'll try it out. Need something to watch. So that's kind of what I've watched, and a random rec in the same way. And then the other movie, also on Netflix, at least as of last week, is, well, there it is. My goodness. Ghosts of Mississippi.
That is pretty similar.
Yeah. Well, there is another movie called Mississippi Burning, which is an extremely good movie with Gene Hackman. I recommend that too. I'm not going to get into that, but Willem Dafoe's in it as well, actually. A very young Willem Dafoe from 1988. Back to Ghosts of Mississippi. A lot of Mississippi here. Ghosts of Mississippi, 1996. Rob Reiner film, by the way, directed. Rest in peace.
Wow. Yeah.
Alec Baldwin, James Woods, Whoopi Goldberg, Virginia Madsen, Craig T. Nelson, Lucas Black from Tokyo Drift. William H. Macy's in it, sparingly. It is about a Mississippi district attorney and the widow of Medgar Evers, a real-life person, by the way, struggle to finally bring a white supremacist to justice for the 1963 murder of the civil rights leader who was Medgar Evers. I didn't know it was a true story until the movie was over, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, did not know that at all. Never heard about this. Nothing, which is crazy to think about. But basically what it is, yeah, James Wood plays a white supremacist guy that murders Medgar Evers, who was a civil rights leader, and then gets put on trial for it in the 60s, they call it a mistrial, so he never gets in trouble. And then flash forward, I think it's like 20-something years later. It's not in 1996, I don't think. I think it's like 25 years later in the movie. And Alec Baldwin reopens the case and attempts to prosecute the guy. And kind of really dives into the culture of Mississippi at the time and the tensions between folk, even in the 60s all the way up to the 90s, and I'm sure current times as well. It's pretty current event type movie, honestly. Good watch for people nowadays.
Yeah.
Putting stuff into perspective. It's also not very long. It's just right at 2 hours. James Wood plays he plays a very good guy you want to hate. That's for sure. Just awful, like over the top. Just I don't know. You have to watch it to see what I'm talking about. But
yeah, I'll check it out.
It was nominated for 2 Oscars.
Oh wow.
I think, yeah, James Woods, he got nominated for Best Supporting. And they also got nominated for Best Makeup, which would probably be with him because he had a lot of prosthetic on to make himself look older.
Yeah.
Which it did look good, so I guess the nominee was warranted. Those are my 2 random wrecks. Ghosts of Mississippi and Mississippi Grind. Okay. And also Mississippi Burning while we're at it. Might as well.
Might as well make it all Mississippi.
That's a similar film to Ghosts of Mississippi. Gene Hackman goes. Gene Hackman works for the FBI, and he goes to Mississippi to investigate the disappearance of 3 civil rights activists. That's a pretty stacked cast as well. Gene Hackman, Willem Dafoe, Frances McDormand, Ray Lee Emery, Michael Rooker, Kevin Dunn, Pruitt Taylor Vince, aka Superman's dad. But anyways, pass it over to you for your
something about Mississippi.
Yeah, and it's a Mississippi themed random wreck tonight.
My 3, I took all 3 movies off of Netflix. So all these are streaming on Netflix for the time being. I'm sure that could change by the end of the month. But first film I have up here is Whiplash. Paul Patrick's probably favorite movie of all time. I know a few people.
He's probably screaming somewhere.
Yeah, I know a few people where this is their favorite movie ever. And do you think it still has one of the best supporting acting performances I've ever seen from J.K. Simmons as Fletcher?
Sure.
But fantastic film. You can't say enough good things about Whiplash. Maybe even overhyped at this point, but it's just kind of known that it's a great film, worth checking out 100% if you've never seen it before. If you're into music at all, if you're into just I guess kind of like what Timothy Chalamet talked about in his acceptance speech, just that pursuit of greatness and excellence and all those sort of things within crafts or characters. If you saw Marty Supreme, for instance, and enjoyed it a lot, but you haven't seen Whiplash, check out something like that. It's in that vein of just the obsession to win and to succeed within a certain role or capacity. But great I guess, student to teacher dynamic. Maybe the best that's ever been shown on film. One of, for sure. But yeah, can't say enough great things about Whiplash. It's an insane movie, one of the best endings, I think, and just so intense for a movie about a kid just trying to be a drummer in a music school. Incredibly intense. But yeah, that was a moment whenever it came out, and one of those life-changing movies for me. It's on Netflix. Another film on Netflix that I'm going to say actually all three of these were kind of life-changing in their own way for me. And some of the best movies. The Wild Robot.
Great
amazing. Probably my favorite animated film of all time. Can't wait to show my child this movie one day. It's just amazing. Tearjerker, means a whole lot, has a whole lot of things to say within the movie within a short amount of time. I was obsessive over this movie when it had come out. I just couldn't believe how great it was, because I thought I was getting a little too old for some of those animated stuff, but it just reminded me, like, it's just great storytelling and great visuals in that film as well. Again, you have to check out The Wild Robot. That's a must-watch film. Also on Netflix, and a recent one. Animation style is amazing in that too. And the last one, also on Netflix, is Hell or High Water.
Oh, yeah.
I knew that would get you. Talk about underrated actors. Gotta be still one of the most underrated ever. I know we brought it up so much that it's surprising he's still underrated, but Ben Foster in the film. Got Jeff Bridges in there. You got Chris Pine, who's my favorite out of all the Chris's personally. I think he's great in everything. Director,
I agree with that.
Directed by David Mackenzie, written by Taylor Sheridan, of all people, surprising to say now. And yeah, just a fantastic film, one of the best the year it came out. Two brothers, bank robbers. Jeff Bridges is a local sheriff trying to hunt them down. I believe it takes place in Texas. But just a fantastic movie.
The ending scene is awesome.
I was just kind of going back to what I was talking about, Whiplash being one of the best endings ever. Hell or High Water would be one of my favorite endings as well. And also some intense scenes, some funny scenes. Just the dynamic between Chris Pine and Ben Foster is out of this world. Jeff Bridges, I mean, just them three alone, their acting performances are all phenomenal. Some of the best of each of their careers. And again, great script, great story. So definitely check out Hell or High Water if you never have before on Netflix. Bank robbery movie, modern day. It's wonderful. Any of these three movies, I just feel like you couldn't go wrong. And I just went with Netflix just because I feel like most people do have Netflix at the end of the day if they have nothing
probably
else.
The most common.
So yeah, check out any of those movies. And like I said, you could not go wrong. I don't care who you are or what type of movies you like. Those are all three complete bangers of flicks. So yeah, that'd be my three last minute random recommendations, but I feel pretty confident about each of them. Just picked out some of the best ones, easy ones, softballs.
Fair enough. Nothing wrong with that.
All right, now we can do our higher and lower and then go into the Nolan draft. Let's see. So I went second last time. You went first, so you can read and I'll rank, I guess.
Right, I call out, you call higher or lower. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, got it up here. Well, this is a good starter. Hacksaw Ridge, Beauty and the Beast, the animated 1991.
Oh my goodness!
Not the live action.
It's gonna be kind of.
It's a tough starter.
That's a tough start. I'm gonna say though, Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast came out in 91 though.
I'm gonna say the Beauty and the Beast.
Go.
Maybe I'm wrong. They're both gonna be like 8s.
He lost.
No way.
8.1 Hacksaw Ridge, 8 flat Beauty and the Beast.
A 0.1 different.
It's got the Tobey Maguire crying face from Spider-Man as the.
Why do they always do that to me?
Why do you get you get like the absolute, we'll go again. You get the absolute just, I mean, it's 8 to 8.1.
I just don't feel right going again. Just to win. I feel like I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Well, at least try this one out. 51st Dates, which is a good movie, honestly. The Holiday, 2006. Cameron Diaz, Kate Winslet, Jude Law, Jack Black.
51st Dates.
Oh my gosh, back-to-back L's.
How far were they
51st
apart?
Dates. 51st Dates, 6.8. The Holiday, 7 flat.
Oh my God.
So you went up by 0.2.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and start yours, and if you get one,
fine.
we're just gonna say you get. I hate this because the Nolan draft's the one I want the most. And okay, softball here. Softball.
Hey, maybe not.
Terminator 2: Judgment Day versus the first Hunger Games.
First Hunger Games?
First Hunger Games, 2012.
I don't know how that's a softball.
I think it's a softball. I already know what you're going to think. I mean, let's...
Oh, so like the second Terminator. I was thinking Terminator like one of the reboot. Okay,
no,
yeah,
no.
T2.
Terminator 2 Judgment Day or Hunger Games.
Yeah, T2. I was thinking
of a
like
later
the new one that had Christian Bale or whatever in it.
Oh, no.
Or whoever that was. Yeah, no, T2.
Yeah. Okay, Terminator 2, 8.6. The first Hunger Games, 7.2. Let's keep it going. Terminator 2 versus the Blair Witch Project, 1999.
Terminator 2.
Terminator 2, 8.6. Blair Witch.
Have you ever seen the Blair Witch Project?
6.5. I actually haven't. It's been on my watch list for a while.
I haven't either.
I know it's found footage, like
right.
GOAT. Blair Witch Project 6.5 versus Moana. Moana is 7.6, 1.1 higher. Moana at 7.6 or Shutter Island 2010.
Oh, God, I love that film.
Great film. One of Scorsese's
saw
best
that with
and
Paul
Leo's best.
Evan Patrick at the Roxy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's an experience within itself.
Yeah. The fact that we got there on time is shocking. What was the score for?
Moana is a 7.6.
Okay. Shutter Island.
Shutter Island is a 8.2, 0.6 higher. Shutter Island 8.2 or Blade Runner 2049. How it keeps coming up in conversation on this podcast, I will never know.
Yeah, everybody needs to watch that movie, I guess.
I guess it's in the air today. I don't know. This is like the third or fourth time it's got mentioned, and this is not planned.
I'm gonna stick with Shutter Island, I guess. Because I know Blade Runner wasn't really highly received.
Shutter Island 8.2, Blade Runner 2049, 8 flat, 0.2 difference, coming in clutch. Blade Runner 2049. I thought it was going to be the sevens. I actually thought it was going to be close, but I would have gone with Shutter Island as well. Blade Runner 2049 and an 8 flat or Stand By Me 1986.
Stand By Me, gotta be.
Stand By Me. Stand By Me 8.1. 8.1.
Oh my!
You got a 0.2 difference and a 0.1 difference. This man's on fire right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, I needed it.
Stand By Me 8.1 or This Is the End 2013 comedy.
Stand By Me. I love This Is the End.
I do love This Is the End.
Hilarious.
6.6. When that came out, that was so funny. This Is the
Such
End.
a quotable.
This is, yeah, it really is. I still quote it all the time at work. Hermione. This Is the End 6.6 or Dunkirk 2017.
Dunkirk.
We go ahead and get a Nolan thing on here leading us into that.
Mm-hmm.
Dunkirk 7.8. Okay, this is crazy how everything's lining up right now. I said we're leading into Nolan. You got Dunkirk 7.8 versus Inception 2010.
Inception.
Yeah, gotta be right. Gotta be.
It's gotta be like a 9 almost.
8.8. Yes, you are right.
Oh, yeah.
Inception.
I honestly thought it would be a 9.
Yeah, it's one of the highest rated movies ever. Inception and an 8.8 or 22 Jump Street.
I hope to God it's Inception. We got some issues.
It's got review bombed recently. 22 Jump Street got a 7 flat versus Little Miss Sunshine, 2006. I sent you a meme on this the other day. You're going Little Miss Sunshine? Is what you're going?
Yeah, I'm going to go with that.
Okay, you got to check that out. Little Miss Sunshine 7.8. Little Miss Sunshine are 7.8 versus Expendables 2.
Little Miss Sunshine. I love the Expendable movies. Just throwing that out there.
Expendables 2, 6.6. I mean, not a bad score. Expendables 2, 6.6, or Passengers 2016. Jennifer Lawrence, Chris Pratt. That's been 10 years ago since that movie came out.
What? No shot.
Dude, what? Is this right? 2016? I
don't know. I think I'm going to lose here. I'll say Passengers. I think that's going to lose.
You're going to say Passengers?
Yeah. Passengers
is a 7 flat. You got it.
Wow.
I didn't realize it was rated that high.
In years?
It's been 10 years since that movie came out, dude. I literally can't believe that. I feel like it just came out like 2 or 3 years ago.
Wow.
I'm getting old. Passengers at 7 flat or Goldfinger 1964, James Bond.
Why did Austin Powers pop into my head instantly?
Gold member. Yeah. That's why I said 1964, like, just in case you don't know.
I'm glad you did, because that's what caught me. It's funny. What was I'm gonna say Goldfinger.
Goldfinger. I would say the same.
Is that
Goldfinger 7.7. Goldfinger 7.7. This will be an interesting one, maybe, I think. Goldfinger at 7.7 or Nocturnal Animals. Amy Adams, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Talk about. I took a friend of mine who isn't a movie guy to see that, and after the movie, I was like, "Sorry, man." It was brutal, like not in a bad, in a bad way, but not in like the movie was bad way. Yeah. I'm gonna stick with 7.7 Goldfinger.
7.7 Goldfinger.
Yeah.
Nocturnal Animals 7.4. All right, you got 15 in a row right now. Nocturnal Animals 7.4 or Mission Impossible Fallout 2018. This could be a close one too.
I want to say Fallout.
I would say the same. Fallout 7.7. Back to the 7.7s. Mission Impossible Fallout 7.7 or 28 weeks later, 2007.
Fallout.
Okay, Fallout. 28 weeks later, 6.8. 28 weeks later at a 6.8 or, oh my God, how is this even on here? Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2023. What in the world? I can't believe I had to say that.
Hey, I watched that, by the way.
Oh, I'm happy for you. I never will do such a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna
6.8.
Yeah, whatever isn't Winnie the Pooh is what I'm picking.
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 9.9. No, I'm just kidding. 2.9.
Imagine.
A 2.9. Oh my God. Did this not just lead into one of my favorite matchups of our horror history? I am very
Please
curious
say War of the
Worlds. I'm very curious about this. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey at 2.9.
Oh no.
I'm so excited. Or Cats 2019.
No.
Oh, I'm so
2.9 you said?
2.9. I went
Dude,
from
I don't know.
listed on here to, oh my God, this created the greatest matchup.
This is the one I lose to. I'm going to be sad, but I don't know what.
2.9.
Cats can't be that low. I know it was bad.
It's low, dude. I know it's down there. It is. I'll say it may be in the 3s, but it ain't even in the 4s. I don't.
You know what? Just for culture, since I've seen Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, I'm just gonna go with it.
Go with it. Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, you talk about a battle for the bottom, dog. It don't get much worse than this.
Sad.
All right, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, 2.9. Cats, 2.8. 2.8. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
This man, he can't lose.
2.8.
A 2.8 versus a 2.9. You can't make this up. I can remember maybe a 7.7 versus a 7.6. A 2.9 versus a 2.8.
I need to go buy a lottery ticket.
Dude, you're on fire. Oh my God, I can't believe that.
After we're done, we need to look up what War of the Worlds is.
I would be curious to know too. I don't want to look it up yet because I'm afraid it may pop up on the list at this
Yeah,
point.
no kidding.
Yeah, generational run right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is, I think, some of the best moments, if not the best moment in our podcasting history.
Our podcast history.
Okay, Cats 2019 2.8 or Crazy Stupid Love 2011. Okay, basically
Crazy
whatever is in
Love.
Cats.
Anything.
Yeah, I didn't even need to ask. Crazy Stupid Love 7.4 or iRobot 2004.
I love that movie. I've watched the iRobot a million times when I was a kid, probably.
I think these will be pretty close, but
yeah, dude, I don't know. I'm probably gonna lose here for real. 7.4.
7.4 Crazy Stupid Love iRobot.
I'm gonna say iRobot. I hate that pick.
I think so. So I'm gonna say 7.7. Oh my god, 7.1 iRobot. Oh, that's where it ends.
That's where it ends. One of my favorite movies of all time. Kills me.
I would have picked the same as you. I was almost even about to advise you to do iRobot. Man. All right, 20 in a row, though. I mean, that's amazing, especially for you had like
crazy
3.
Yeah, inside of a point.
0.1. Yeah. A tenth of a point, and that the Cats versus Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. My God,
that's an all-time moment.
That's something I'll never forget, and I never thought a moment like that would ever happen. Absolutely incredible. Great win, 20-0. Just a junkyard stomp. But so yeah, you're definitely getting the first pick in our Nolan draft to finish out our movie games here. And I'm curious to know, though. I mean, this is one where maybe not a clear number one. You know, there's a lot of number ones potentially, but we're just doing top 5, of course. And you'll have first pick. So we'll just go. I guess we'll just go back and forth. No serpentine. You get first pick of each round.
1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I'm not getting 2 in a row. You're not getting 2 in a row. You just
right.
1.
All right. It's honestly a tough one.
That's what I mean. Like,
even with first pick is not.
There's no clear on.
There's 2 that pop into my head immediately that I think is like the top 2 leaders for him.
Yeah.
Pretty obvious, I think.
I think I know where you're going with this.
I'm going to pick solely based on the emotional vibes on how this would affect me personally. I'm going to go with Interstellar.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Because of just the emotional toll that movie would take on me as a father if I was in his position.
I get that. I mean,
it's just either one. You know, I'm sure you know what the other option was, but
probably. I think as far as like our generation goes, and even the older generation, but especially our generation, I feel like Interstellar is like probably the most common pick you'll find for favorite movie of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And it just even like for the everyday man to even like some film snobs, it's just like it's pretty wide reaching. That's a great first pick, though. I'm honestly, I would say Interstellar may be my third pick even, and it's just crazy how that works with Nolan because it's just it's like different days sort of thing. Like you just never know. I'm gonna go ahead for my first pick and say The Dark Knight.
Ooh,
I think I
thought about it.
I think it's kind of undefeated. So I don't know. Arguably the greatest movie of all time, and I just
9.1 as it sits.
I still don't even think it still gets enough love. Like I know people that have never seen The Dark Knight, and it's like that's up there for like if I had to give you one movie to watch like in your life, it may be Dark Knight. Like it's
or Cats,
definitely a contender, or Cats, or Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, or War of the Worlds. Anyways, yeah, Dark Knight number 1. I'm confident with that.
There's something I want to take here, but I can't. I can, but I can't. But I want it. I don't know if it'll be there, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna take Oppenheimer.
Oh wow! Dang, that hurts me bad. You just coming from my throat right there. I feel like.
Well, Hopefully you don't come at mine for what I was wanting, but I couldn't do.
Yeah.
I mean, it speaks for itself.
Again, no, you can't really lose on a list like this.
You really, there's literally no way.
I just feel like I go on so much about Heath Ledger, my favorite movie performance of all time. So I'm just like,
yeah,
I wanted that
definitely.
for my number one. Even if I had 1-1, I would have gone with Dark Knight for me. My number 2, I'm gonna say Inception.
Okay. Safe.
Just safe
Great
choices
film.
here. Very safe choices. I'm just trying to get like those, again, the ones that you can't really argue with out of the way.
Yeah, like it has to be. Right.
I mean, most Nolan filmography is that way anyway, but those would be 2 of my top Nolan films.
This is a low-key front runner for my favorite Nolan film.
I think I know what you might
Prestige.
say. Yeah, I knew you'd say that.
I love it. I love that movie. I'll never forget watching it the first time, and I was like, what?
Dude, I think it's the most underrated of his whole filmography. And
For sure.
It's a great one that a lot of people haven't seen, and it's like always a good.
Absolutely.
It's a safe recommendation for me. Like, it's a recommendation I find myself falling back on all the time when people are like, well, what's something I can watch? I'm like, you ever seen Prestige before? I don't really care who you are or what you're into.
Crazy.
Watch the Prestige.
His run in years wise is insane. When you look at Batman Begins, the next year, The Prestige, 2 years later, Dark Knight, 2 years later, Inception, 2 years later, Dark Knight Rises, 2 years later, Interstellar. Next year, 3 years later, Dunkirk. Like that's an insane run.
Well, that's what I mean.
Like
when
insane.
I say, like, in my opinion, he's the modern Kubrick. Like, he has no shortcomings. Again, the people point out like Tenet is the chink in the armor, and if that's your worst movie you've ever made, then by God, that's better than
7.3.
99%.
Yeah, I think people can live with that.
Yeah, I think that's better than most movies that most.
If that movie would have came out in a different time than 2020, it wouldn't be a 7.3.
No, it's overrated.
Guarantee.
That's for sure. Yeah, I don't blame you at all for taking Prestige. That would have been my next pick.
Might watch that tonight. Actually, I love that movie.
Gone for it. Oh, it's so good. Man, you're making it hard on me. This is where it gets into the nitty gritty a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Memento is gonna be my number 3.
That's my least favorite of his.
Really?
Surprisingly
enough.
Yeah.
Memento.
I don't know. I don't know what it is about it. I like Guy, but
I like the storytelling concept, similar to like Tenet, where it's just like a different way to tell a story, like in a non-linear sense. And just the story of that. First time I watched it, I was just like glued to the screen and the whole story and piecing it together like a puzzle in my head. And Guy Pearce is just so great as always. But yeah, Memento number 3 for me.
There's one I want to take, but I can't take it here. I'm going to say Batman Begins.
Oh, strong choice. Got to get you a Batman film in there.
I got to get one. I didn't want to be Dark Knight Rises. No offense to that movie. There's nothing wrong with it at all.
Yeah, it's really good. If you're taking that, then I'm taking Dunkirk on number 4.
Fair enough.
It's just
fair enough.
Again, I feel like we're just going bar for bar, banger for banger here. Like,
it is. It really is. That's all it is.
Any of these could be your favorite Nolan film, and I wouldn't blink twice.
Yeah, I'd be like, okay, yeah, great film. Well,
right, number 5.
I got a choice to make really here. There's 2 really big. Well, 3 now. 3.
You got.
I'm probably gonna take
3 bigger ones. Yeah.
I have 2. Dark Knight Rises is not in this consideration, not because it's not good, but there's. I'm gonna take Tenet.
Take Tenet. Okay.
Yep. I love that movie.
Totally.
Honestly.
Fair. I was probably gonna go for that for my number 5. I even thought about putting the Odyssey in here, just even if it's not out yet.
Right? Yeah, that's fair enough.
Return back to this list later. Yeah, Tenet's a good choice.
Won an Oscar.
Really? So, I mean, out of the ones that are left here, because he doesn't have a whole lot that are left. You got Dark Knight Rises. He directed Insomnia. He didn't have anything to do with the writing, and even that was done just so he could make his Batman movies for Warner Brothers.
I like Insomnia though.
I like Insomnia pretty good. I just think if you're counting that like in that, I guess the Nolan list,
right,
it'd probably be at the bottom for me.
For sure.
I mean, I do love Al Pacino's performance in it. Robin Williams as a villain is incredible. I like the concept of it. It's just the execution, and again, the screenplay just felt dry. But I know that he did that again, kind of as like a studio.
It wasn't a Nolan film, really.
No, I don't count that in the Nolan films.
The
but
feels.
You could count it, I guess. But really, I mean, then you have the following, which is his short film, quote unquote. It's like an hour or so long, but it's kind of his indie film that he made to get in the position he was in to make like Memento and everything else after that. Or even, I mean, what was it? He made an actual short film before that. It was like super short.
Doodlebug?
Yeah, Doodlebug, that's it. I remember I watched that when I was getting into film, age of 17 and 18. I was into that. But anyways, pretty much have to go with The Dark Knight Rises, I think, here. All that to be said.
That's fair.
I guess it just means to say when the Odyssey comes out, chances are Dark Knight Rises will fall out of his top 10 probably.
Yeah.
Or I guess, I mean, that or Tenet. It just kind of depends on your choice.
Yeah, it depends on who you're talking to.
Your tastes and everything. Some people may, like you said, for you don't like Memento, but still, both good lists. You got Interstellar number 1, Oppenheimer number 2. I mean, just those two alone is just like, wow.
All right.
And then, Prestige is your number 3. Like,
yeah. You got Prestige at number 3?
Yeah, I'd say your top 3, and probably even your list overall is probably better than mine, but definitely your top 3 is like just the strongest. Interstellar, Oppenheimer, Prestige, any of those could definitely be somebody's number 1. Batman Begins.
But in all honesty, all 10 of these films are bangers.
Oh, yeah, they're all bangers. Don't get me wrong. I'm just like, man.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like we could go toe to toe on our top 2, but like me, Memento number 3 versus you, Prestige number 3. That's where we really start making a difference. Like Dark Knight versus Interstellar, flip a coin. Inception versus Oppenheimer, you could probably flip a coin. But Memento versus Prestige, I have to take Prestige, in my opinion. Dunkirk versus Batman Begins. I would probably actually take Dunkirk myself.
I wouldn't have any fight on that either. I'd be fine with that choice either way.
And then I have Dark Knight Rises. You have Tenet at number 5. I think your number 5 stronger for me personally. And like I said, I do love Tenet.
I do too. Love that movie.
Great, like I said, all great films, both great lists. Nolan, as we said before, arguably greatest director and definitely one of the greatest directors to ever live. So can't wait for the Odyssey coming out this year, and like we talked about before, all the stuff to come in 2026. It's gonna be awesome. And it really does, like, I don't know if there's ever been more of like a make or break year to me in movie history than this year alone when it comes to defining what the future of cinema holds. But yeah, all that to be said, a lot of fun listening off all that stuff and doing all our games. Now we can go over some of our recently watched as we wrap up the podcast here. Yep. Do you want to start with Night of the Seven Kingdoms, since that's...
Yeah, I think that'll probably be the bulk of our talk.
Yeah. Biggest discussion.
Take a guess.
We haven't talked about, I don't think really many of it.
Any of it? No, I don't think so. Not really. So you're caught up, of course.
Yeah, watch all of it.
If anybody is planning on watching this show, well, hopefully you are. If you haven't, maybe skip ahead.
Yeah,
a little bit. We'll try to be spoiler free for the most part, I guess, if you want. Or do you want to just want to go ahead and talk about it and just have them skip ahead?
I guess now that you're saying that, maybe we should hold off for it till the end, and that way people can just listen to everything else that's not as important or not as spoiler important.
I'll run through a few that I've seen in theaters since the last pod real quick. It won't take that long.
Yeah.
Since our last pod, I think I've seen 4. Let me double check on my MC thing. I think that's right. So yeah, since then, since our last pod, I've seen Send Help, which was a Sam Raimi masterclass. Paul had seen Paul has seen it, and he described it pretty well. That it had so many Sam Raimi type moments in it, which I agree. Rachel McAdams, Dylan O'Brien, pretty much the whole cast is right there. They're on an island. There are some other characters at the beginning, but they don't stick around very long. So it's just them two. Dark comedy, psychological horror. An employee and her insufferable boss become stranded on a deserted island. Only survivors of a plane crash. Here they must overcome past grievances and work together to make it out alive. Rachel McAdams' boss is Dylan O'Brien. He treats her like crap. Their plane goes down and they're stuck on an island, and she's like a survivalist person, so he's kind of having to rely on her, and it just kind of spirals from there and it gets really wild, extremely bloody, some crazy gore moments, some scary, like, shock moments that made me jump several times, more than I thought I would. It's got a pretty good score right now. I think it's a 75 Metascore and a 7.2 fan score on IMDb, which I think is pretty fair. It's
solid.
It's not a long movie. It's about an hour 45 like actual runtime. You never feel like, man, when's this going to end or anything like that. It's pretty fast paced. Rachel McAdams, phenomenal job in her character of just kind of like a plain, bland woman who is really prepared for this kind of scenario. And then you got Dylan O'Brien, who plays a just spoiled rich guy who owns a company that his dad gave him, basically.
Rachel McAdams,
I haven't seen him
really ever. She never misses, really.
No, definitely not.
Comedy, drama, no matter what it is.
Yeah, Sam Raimi, love it when he does movies like this. This is a must. I think this is something you should go see in theaters. You shouldn't wait. If you can get to the theater, it's worth it. Be a good movie to see. Popcorn, take your significant other, something like that.
Yeah,
it is a little graphic at times, though. There is a scene. There's a scene that it's not really what they're implying is graphic. You don't actually see anything graphic. I guess is the best way to describe it, but it's probably one of the best scenes in the whole movie, if not the best. But yeah, Send Help.
I'm gonna have to check that out for sure.
It's still in theaters as of right.
No,
maybe
is.
Not this weekend. But it was this past weekend. I'm not sure about this coming weekend.
I would think it would be, but I know originally they talked about not even having it in theaters. They talked about sending it straight to streaming originally, so who knows?
I'm glad they didn't.
As far as the position of that, but yeah, I think Sam Raimi's the one that fought hard to keep it in theaters.
So that's one of the. I would just move on to the next one. I'm not going to talk about very long. It was the Dracula for 2026. It's just if you've seen any adaptation of Dracula, you've probably seen this movie. It's a funny part. Christoph Waltz is in it, and he like is like a comedic relief in a way. Which I didn't like. I don't know. I don't like when he does that. I like when he puts on a masterclass.
Yeah. It's funny him being Frankenstein to Dracula.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh gosh, I forgot about that. Caleb Landry Jones stars as Dracula. I don't really know anything about him. He was in 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing. I guess he was in X-Men First Class. I forgot about that. But he does a pretty good job as Dracula. But like I said, if you've seen any adaptation of Dracula, they stick pretty close to the source material. But there is one fight scene at the end that is honestly really choreographed really well. Like, it was really cool. I was kind of surprised because the rest of the movie was kind of average. But that was actually really good sword fighting, I guess you could say. It's not. It was showing in theaters still last weekend, but I highly doubt it's going to be in there very much longer. It was kind of one of those that I was kind of dragging, like kind of hoping it would hurry up. So it was just,
It's not much to.
Yeah, it's probably like a 60 out of 100 for me if I was I love any kind of Universal Monsters type movie. This just wasn't one of the better ones, unfortunately. But outside of Christoph and the Caleb Landry Jones, that's the only two actors that I hadn't had any clue who they were. And well, yeah, that's it. I think the guy, there was like a young kid in it. I think he was in Stranger Things briefly.
Gotcha.
But I don't know. He wasn't one of the main kids or anything. So those were two. Then two more recent ones that I've talked to you about. Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. Phenomenal movie. Very strange. It wasn't what I expected going in, but not in a bad way. It was wacky. Sam Rockwell is awesome. He's always awesome.
Yeah, super underrated.
The cast was crazy, honestly. Sam Rockwell, Juno Temple, Michael Pena, Zazie Beetz, Haley Lou Richardson. That's pretty good cast, honestly.
Yeah, it seemed like unique cast and unique type of story, and just kind of bonkers in its own way, but like a lot of fun, just fun time. So,
yeah, it is fun. It's definitely like not suitable for children, but it is a fun popcorn movie. Pretty cool twists at the end. A lot of there's a few uncomfortable. I think some people would find uncomfortable dialogues and scenes in relation to school shootings. So if that's kind of triggered for somebody, I would not recommend this movie. You don't see any violence. It's just, I don't know how to explain it without really ruining anything. If you're very sensitive to anything to do with a school shooting, which is understandable, I probably wouldn't recommend seeing this. But other than that, it's a phenomenal movie. Gore Verbinski is awesome. I don't think he's talked about it enough, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. That's
his filmography's pretty good.
Aside from, I honestly think it's probably the one I'm most wanting to see in theaters, and then followed by Send Help. Those are my two right now out of the recent movies that I really, really, really want to see. I mean, it's on one hand, I guess it's the I didn't even think about it like this, but it's the Sams for me. It's Sam Raimi and it's Sam Rockwell. I mean, just out of those two alone, I'm like sold on both those fronts. So.
I'll see anything with Sam Rockwell. I don't care what I think I've seen everything he's been in the last 10 years at least.
There was a time where
in theaters.
I was going through just looking up his filmography, and I just wanted to watch more Sam Rockwell stuff. He's one that I just think like steals the show in so many things. I still wish that they would have continued the Justin Hammer character more in the Marvel universe and would even bring him back now. But Sam Rockwell is just fantastic. Not enough can be said about him.
Definitely not. I think it's sitting at a 7.5, and I think that 75 out of 100 is a perfect score for it, honestly, for me. Maybe a little bit higher, honestly.
Yeah.
Especially towards the end, the dialogue switches to like AI and how it affects, not really just AI, but just screens in general, how it affects the country and the world at this point. It's pretty current event type stuff, honestly. 75, 77 maybe out of 100 be what I would probably give it. The opening scene is amazing.
Did you rate Send Help and Dracula?
Send Help, Dracula is 60 for 60? Dracula. Send Help, I'd probably do an 80 on that, man. I really like that movie.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. Maybe 79. I don't know. 80's a big step up.
Yeah,
it was slightly, I liked it slightly more than Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, but they're just not the same kind of movie either.
Yeah.
And then the last one on my list of current movies I've seen in theater, Crime 101.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I didn't see much about that until like the last month before it came out. And then I saw it everywhere.
Yeah.
Also another stacked cast: Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo, Halle Berry, Barry cheat on Sabrina Carpenter guy. Nick Nolte, who's like super old. Makes me sad. This was a pretty good movie. It was kind of like, I don't know. It just seemed like every other kind of movie like this. It's based off a novel, so that's kind of cool. I'm not gonna pick that up and try to read it, but not really like a obvious ending. It wasn't an obvious ending, so that was good. But Chris Hemsworth plays like a, I guess you could say a thief, but like a really sophisticated, organized thief, and crosses paths with Mark Ruffalo, who's a detective, and then Halle Berry comes into play. She works at this insurance firm, and they kind of all intertwine and paths connect. It was kind of long, honestly, like too long, but I'd probably give it like a 68.
It looked all right from the previews I saw, but nothing too special.
I mean, Chris Hemsworth did pretty well, honestly. I liked his character. Mark Ruffalo kind of played the same character he's played like 100 times at this point, like the disheveled detective. I feel like he plays that character a lot.
Yeah.
Not that he's not good at it, but
it
seems like that's what I've seen him do like recently, I guess, with Task, and he looked like the same character in Task as he does in this, which is a great show. But yeah, I think if I was ranking those four, it would be Send Help, Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, Crime 101, and then Dracula. But I think Dracula's kind of low end. It's not really the same as those other. I recommend seeing all those first three in theater. Dracula, not so much.
Yeah.
But that's all I've seen in theaters. I'm hoping to go maybe this weekend after your shower there, and I want to go see that new Glenn movie.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember the name of it.
It's like the
Killing something.
Killing List or something like that.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Wouldn't
Very
mind seeing
similar to No Other Choice, in my opinion. How to Make a Killing.
Yeah.
How to Make a Killing. That's the name of it. Yeah, it looks interesting.
What have you been watching? You said you were watching some oldies.
Yeah, a bunch of oldies. This list is about to be as all over the place as I think you can possibly be.
Okay.
No rhyme or reason, but I'll try to kind of rapid fire here. First one I'll say I watched that honestly should have thrown out there as a recommendation as well. Also on Netflix. I just don't think about documentaries a lot of times, and also need to add more shows. But Secret Mall Apartment, I checked that out on Netflix. I don't know if you know anything about it. Pretty
yes, so.
Fascinating little story. It takes place in Providence, Pennsylvania. It's about a mega mall that gets built in Providence. Goes into a whole lot of different areas. A little bit about like kind of I guess gentrification, the changing and evolving of I guess within capital society of different areas within cities, because it's like a kind of a hangout area, an apartment area. There used to be like these underground concerts privately in this area that nobody knew about. It's like an abandoned warehouse. Place had kind of gone down economically since World War II, but when they started picking back up, like in the late 80s, early 90s, they built the mall. Of course, malls were big at the time. Anyways, this group of artists in Providence, because apparently Providence has a pretty big arts community and presence. Group of artists end up finding, they're like in their early 20s, they find this hidden area within the mall. It's like between different parts of the mall, kind of a dead space, and they just kind of follow down this tight corridor, go up a ladder, go down this other hallway, and they find just a room to itself, just a blank room that looked like it hadn't been touched since the mall had been built. So they figure out that nobody really monitors this area. It's kind of a rabbit hole sort of thing within the mall. And they found a few different ways to get to it. But anyways, they start building an apartment in this little area built inside the mall, and use it as a hangout area. They have like their PlayStation 2, I think at the time, or Xbox, and they're filming the whole thing. And it was kind of for them, they were going out and doing a lot of nonprofit artwork for the community, and even traveling across the country. Like 9/11 had happened around the time, and they traveled up to New York like on the 1-year anniversary of that, and did like this public art display in memory of that.
Cool.
I think they went to I believe it was Oklahoma City, and did like, it was for an anniversary for there. But they would travel kind of across the country, or even just within Providence, and do these incredible art projects that really blew my mind. And it was just used as their hangout. They kind of did a lot of project planning and stuff like that for their art projects, but a lot of the times it was just them hanging out. It was kind of a wild situation that they found themselves in, and what they were doing and being illegal. But again, the movie goes into a whole lot of different areas that I did not expect it to, documentary style, or it is a documentary. But yeah, pretty wild how it evolves. The apartment itself, one of my favorite scenes was them going inside the movie theater in the mall just to get popcorn and leave, and they got like 3 buckets of popcorn just to take back to all the people in the apartment in the mall. And they're like, within 2 or 3 minutes, we just went from the movie theater in the mall to our little apartment. Like, this is perfect. We have all these shops here, and we use the food court as our home restaurants and stuff. Yeah. So
that's pretty cool. You'll have to check that out.
Yeah, pretty awesome little situation they had, and just you feel like you're hanging out with them, and you just imagine like, what if you and your friends did something like this? It's just really cool.
How cool it'd be,
yeah. So really, really enjoyed that movie a lot. If I had to rate it, I'd probably say, I want to say like an 8.4 for me, probably. 8.4, 8.5. Definitely one of my favorite documentaries I've watched in a really long time. Just heard something random about it, and the name alone, Secret Mall Apartment, just kind of gets your brain firing on what is this about. But yeah, it was a lot more. It had a lot more to it than I would have ever expected. It's on Netflix, like I said, Netflix original. One movie I watched that's been on my watch list since I think I first created a watch list, and don't ask me why. It was just the time of when I started getting into movies. Chronicle, I believe it's 2011, possibly 2012. Josh Trank, Dane DeHaan stars in it. Michael B. Jordan.
Dane DeHaan, the guy we thought would be something.
Yeah, I really thought he was going to be the next Leo or something like that. I guess because he looked like him from What's Eating Gilbert Grape, even though I haven't seen that movie. But no offense to him, but I mean, I don't know how you couldn't take offense to that.
Tough shoes to fill anyways.
But yeah, it was just a movie that's been on my list for a long time. I actually kind of despise the movie, to be honest with you. I don't know if maybe I would have seen it when it came out, if it would have been better, but it's one that I missed back in 2012, so that's how long it's been on my watch list. 14 years. And not that I had some huge expectations for it or something. I remember seeing some of the promos for it, them moving a truck with their brains. The premise of it is like it's actually like a found footage, sort of Cloverfield-esque, but the 3 friends in high school that find this place underground and end up gaining powers from this alien looking energy source thingamajig. Yeah, it kind of goes when you talked about school shootings before with Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. Dane DeHaan's character goes into like a little bit of a school shooter type persona with his superpowers. They have like telepathy, or not telepathy, it's or something like that.
Where you can move things. Jean Grey stuff.
Telekinesis. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Telekinesis. They can figure out they can fly. They're super strong. They just have like kind of a good set of superpowered abilities, but as high schoolers do, in probably a more realistic way of a regular young kids getting powers, what they get themselves into, causing trouble that gets them into some real trouble, and towing the lines of ethics and morals of superpowers, and some of them seeing it more as like a survival of the fittest, like I'm more powerful than everybody else and they're all just insects to me, versus I guess that Homelander mindset, versus actually seeing weight and responsibility and being able to help people with their abilities. So as far as that aspect of it, I mean, that part of the idea of the film I liked pretty good, but it just, I don't know. I think it's just the angst of Dane DeHaan and him being the main character, and it's just kind of dull and sad, and just some of the special effects and stuff were good. I just, half the time was kind of waiting for the movie to end, to be honest with you. I just didn't care for
Josh
it.
Trank, baby.
Josh Trank. Yeah, I'd give it probably like about a flat 52, something like that. 52.
Josh Trank had a rough two movie stretch there.
Yeah,
Fantastic Four and then Capone.
That film, oh yeah, definitely those two. I would say Chronicle is what I feel like really put him on the map. I think it did well box office wise, did well critically, all those things. Apparently, it's just one of those movies I just don't really care for. Again, I mean, maybe even just a 5. I'll just say a 50 flat. Honestly.
That's fair. Yeah.
Just right in between on, I don't care for it. It's not like I just outright despise it, but I also don't really like it either. Just right down the middle. Anyways, finally got around to watching that. Felt good about checking that off my list after so long. I watched, so right now we've got Secret Mall Apartment Chronicle. Not too crazy of a difference. We got Devil Wears Prada next.
Getting ready for the sequel, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. It's a movie that I won't say that's been on my watch list for a while, because it hasn't, but it's a movie that I've heard a lot of people mention before. It came out when I was younger. I remember seeing the posters, it being a big deal. I guess it's always just intrigued me on what is this movie really about.
Right.
Anne Hathaway, former journalist, gets a job at a fashion agency or whatever. They do like a magazine. Meryl Streep is the CEO or president of the business. It's also got Emily Blunt in it. It's got Stanley Tucci, another one of those just goats. Adrian, is it Grenier? It's the guy from Entourage, main guy. He's in it as well. So cast is good. Story was good. I enjoyed it. It's got some rom-com elements to it, but I don't think it's it doesn't really feel like a rom-com first. It's more about Anne Hathaway's development and evolution as a character, and her relationship with Meryl Streep's character. Didn't really love the ending of it. That's kind of what I really despise the most about the movie, to be honest with you, the way it all ended up. But I enjoyed it. I really did. I enjoyed it way more than I thought I would. I mean, it's a chick flick for sure, but I liked it, I have to say. I give it probably, I'd say about a 73, 74, somewhere around there. But yeah, I liked it. And I may check out the sequel. I don't know if I'll be able to check out in theaters, but just with the coming of a new baby, I don't know how all that stuff's going to work out with going to check out movies.
Your life's about to change.
Yeah, maybe falling off the face of the earth a little bit. Well, actually, I shouldn't even have said that, because people aren't supposed to know that. But hey, I mean, we're having a baby shower this week, whatever. People can know. If you listen to the podcast, fine, you can know. Yeah. Yeah, letting that slip up. Devil Wears Prada. Then I watched Donnie Darko, another film that's been on my watch list for a very, very long time. I liked it. I enjoyed the vibes of it. It's weird. Yeah. It's hard to make sense out of it.
Overrated.
Yeah, it's hard to make sense out of it. It's definitely, I mean, I guess another one that's got like some school shooter type vibes at points with his character, but his character is like psychotic and schizophrenic, but he's Jake Gyllenhaal's character, but he's also supposed to be like heroic in some ways. I think my favorite moment of the whole movie, I can't go into it too much, trying to keep this podcast clean, but the Smurfs, when it's mentioned about how Smurfs procreate, that was pretty awesome. little funny scene of them
Right.
just a group of young guys arguing over such a topic as dumb as that. But
Yeah, right.
just
That's a real life situation that
yeah.
happens.
Jenna Malone in it as well. Maggie Gyllenhaal, Jake Gyllenhaal's sister. Patrick Swayze plays a big role in it. But
One of his
I'm
last
also
movies.
missing out on good gosh, how am I blanking on her name right now? Um, Feeling terrible. Oh, I forgot also Seth Rogen was in that movie, which I had no idea that he was in that and looked so different. I don't know, just wild that he was in that movie. Had no idea. Drew Barrymore is who I was trying to think of, also in it. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I enjoyed it pretty good. It definitely was unique. Not too many things like that I've seen. I almost feel like some Weapons vibes or something like that from this movie. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I know it's a cult classic. Some people are really obsessive over Donnie Darko.
Yeah, I've only watched it once, and I was in like junior high. So
yeah, probably around the time it was coming out or popular.
yeah,
I enjoyed it though.
It's a good movie, but it's not like the following it's got is baffling to me.
Yeah, it is pretty insane. It's considered just one of those cult classic type movies. When you mention cult classic,
Right.
Donnie Darko's one of the textbook definitions, I feel like.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'd give it about a 77 is probably what I'd say, even though I don't understand it very much.
Right.
And it's definitely weird, and I don't know if I'd watch it again, sort of thing. But I liked it
No,
when
I
I
don't
watched
think
it.
I ever will.
It was intriguing. It definitely had a lot going on in it, and it definitely felt like a movie of its time. But yeah, I mean, I almost thought it was an M. Night Shyamalan movie, to be honest with you. Going into it, I really did believe that it was a film that he did, but it was Richard Kelly who had wrote and directed it. But yeah, that was one I checked out. Finally, been on my watch list for a long time. A lot of people tell me to watch it. Donnie Darko. I watched Predator Badlands, the newest Predator movie.
Yeah.
Finally, that was awesome. I loved it a lot.
I'm glad you did. Really good change up from the usual Predator movie.
Yeah, delves into more of the, I don't know, the character aspect, I guess, of that film. The action in that was amazing. All the action scenes were just like top notch. Ellie Fanning did a great job as playing twins in the film, twin synthetics. Just go into that world and the different creatures and the ecosystem of that world, and just the whole storyline of it. I mean, it was pretty straightforward. It straps you in pretty quick in the first 5 to 10 minutes on what's going on and what this movie's going to be about. It definitely takes some twists and turns here and there, but as far as like blockbuster type movies go, I thought it was awesome. Again, all the action, story beginning to end. I thought it left off on a great note. Would love to see more from this franchise.
Yeah,
and I haven't seen Prey yet, ironically, so I need to check that out for sure. But
yeah, Prey's good.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it a lot. I'd say probably about in that same range. I'd probably say a 70. I'd say 78, maybe. Honestly, even getting closer to an 8. I just, something about it, maybe just the day I watched it too, but just enjoyed it a heck of a lot. So yeah, finally checked that out. Just a few more on here. One that I just watched the last couple days was 8.5. It's an old Federico Fellini film. I believe it's 1963 is when it came out. Yeah, 1963. Federico Fellini. It's kind of a movie that he wrote about his own life, because it stars Marcello Mastroianni. I don't know, something like that. But in the film, he plays a film director, Italian film director like Federico Fellini, who is making a film, trying to finance and create this film that most of the time it seems like he does not know what it's about or what it's going to be about. Everybody else thinks he has some idea and they're trying to get this idea out of him. They believe he's just withholding, but he really seems not to know what the film is about. I wrote down a lot of notes for it. It's 8.5 is one of those films you'll see like in for film history, as far as going back in time, one of the greatest films of all time, and looking up like your top 100 films of all time or top 250. The only reason it may not be on there is because it is Italian and all foreign and stuff like that. So if they don't lean towards foreign films, maybe not. But ratings wise, it's an 8.0 and a 93 on IMDb. And it's one from film history I've always wanted to check out. And Federico Fellini's considered to be one of the greatest writers, directors of all time. So he's one that I want to delve into. But yeah, some of the notes as far as like what the movie within the movie is supposed to be about. At one point he talks about the main character is raised Catholic, as if that's an important part, and goes into a whole thing on that. It also at one point he says one of the women, I guess the main woman in the film, her uncle was a janitor at like an art museum, and that's how she falls in love with art. But they're also building this $70 million spaceship for the film, and how that ties into a character being raised Catholic and a janitor at an art museum. Like the film that he's creating, like the bits and pieces that you do get, and it takes place after a nuclear fallout too, is what he says at a different time. But it slowly starts unraveling that he's getting out these different ideas and memories that he's had since childhood. It's really a movie that's about himself, which is very meta because Fellini was making a movie about himself. So it's very meta in that sense, especially for the day and age, being 1963, black and white Italian film, very ahead of its time for kind of some of the ideas it has in it. What was crazy though, as I wrote down the note, like what is this movie that he's making, like the movie within the movie, what's that really about? And as I asked that question, somebody on screen even finally asked him that question, and he even admits that he has no idea. Beautiful opening of a film. It starts out with like this heartbeat, and he's surrounded on a freeway traffic jam. Everybody in every vehicle is like staring at him. His car catches on fire. He's trying to escape his car. Like this is all the first few minutes of the movie, but it turns out it's like a dream sequence, and dream sequences are used very thoroughly throughout the film. More sparse in like the first half. There's a couple, but towards the end, you don't know what's dream and what's not anymore. It feels like. And the last thing I'll say about it, as far as like filmmaking techniques go, if you're like wanting to get into filmmaking and different film ideas and going back through film history, there's so much here. It's just like an incredible amount, and it's no wonder that like film buffs love it so much. The staging of actors in the film is just always beautiful and perfect. The blocking of characters, a lot of over the shoulder shots that are incredible, the framing in general. There's so many extras in the movie that are used, and it feels like he makes the most out of everybody that's always on screen. And it kind of has this, again, ethereal nature to the film that from the get-go and all the way through, it's kind of a little bit heady, but you just kind of feel like you're in the hands of a master, I would say, throughout the whole film as far as the filmmaking point of view goes. Yeah, I just feel like a lot of different ideas and a lot of different wonderful filmmaking techniques in the movie. It inspired other things like the Pulp Fiction dancing scene between John Travolta and Uma Thurman. That actually takes heavy inspiration from a particular scene in 8.5. I also thought at one point that apparently there was no direct ties, but I got some Citizen Kane vibes from this movie, which would have predated it by a couple decades. And of course that was made in America, but it kind of has a lot of aspects of isolationism. He's a very rich, well-off, successful person who's famous, who's just constantly bombarded with different questions and everybody trying to get his attention, pulling him one direction and another at all times, where he doesn't really get to speak a whole lot or his ideas. He just seems exhausted and alone despite being surrounded by all these people. Just a lot of great themes in the film. Loved it a whole lot. I'd probably say like a 93 or a 94 for me. It just got the only complaint I have is that I'm still honestly confused on what's a dream and what's not towards the end, and where it all ends up at the end. I wasn't the biggest fan of the ending. I get some get some meaning from it, but it's not my favorite. I'd say about a 93. And lastly, out of the old stuff that I've watched, and then this isn't that old. It's one that we just talked about recently. Is Blue Moon. Finally checked it out.
Love it.
Told you how much I loved it. I'm gonna do in the next few weeks. I don't care what happens. I'm gonna do some video reviews, and Blue Moon has really inspired me on that a lot. Of course, I sent that to you, but incredible movie. If you're a fan of dialogue, it's just vocal tennis at play throughout the whole film. Ethan Hawke puts on like a master class. There's times where I like want to get tired of it, but I never once really did. Like times where I'm like, I guess more asking the question of how am I not like exhausted from all this constant dialogue? But it just
probably you think you'd be ready for it to end.
Yeah, but I wasn't. I could have sat there and just watched another hour worth. Richard Linklater, of course, one of my favorite writer and directors ever personally. Yeah, I was no pun intended, but over the moon about this movie. Bobby Cannavale or whatever his name is.
Cannavale. I don't know how you say it.
He did a wonderful job as the bartender in the movie. Andrew Scott as his filmmaking partner was great. Margaret Qualley was great. But nobody compares to Ethan Hawke in this movie as far as acting goes. Although Andrew Scott did do a wonderful job. I feel He's like, amazing. But anyways, just can't say enough about how wonderful this movie was, how much it really, you talk about movies like this don't ever get made anymore. This is like the definition of that, in such a niche topic and character and time and really the opening scene takes place outside of the bar, but 99.9% of that movie is inside of that bar, and just all taking place at one setting and being all dialogue. It's just incredible how riveting that movie was for how little it was working with, I guess, and being again so niche of a story that I was not familiar with.
It says it's streaming on Netflix right now.
Yeah, it is streaming on Netflix, I believe.
Oh, wow.
It just came out on there in the last week or two since I've watched it. But yeah, everything that you said about it,
nice.
I went from like, is it really on your top 10 of the year to like, if I could go back, it would definitely be on my top 10 of last year list. 100% enjoyed it so much. I could see where this is a movie for everybody, again, because of how dialogue heavy it is and not a whole lot going on. It could bore some people, but if you're a fan of like just great dialogue and back and forth and character interactions and all those sort of things, and just disappearing into a whole different time period, and fan of the arts and all those sort of things, then you'll eat this movie up. I'd say, I'm going to say like a 9 flat probably for this movie for me. Just a 90 out of 100. But
that's fair.
Yeah, I loved it so much. Really, really loved it. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, it could even be higher now that I think about it. Like, but it's somewhere around a 9 for me, I would say. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. 88 to 92, somewhere in that range, not to get too specific.
There. Yeah, that's fair.
But anyways, yeah, that was I think, yeah, that was the last out of all the old stuff I've caught up on, and then just Night of the Seven Kingdoms, last thing I've watched.
Great thing to watch too.
So
you want to dive into that before we say goodbye?
Before we finish off, I was gonna say we've already been going for 2.5 hours, so I guess we need to make it a little quick.
So yeah, if you're planning on watching Night of the Seven Kingdoms, you maybe just end it here for the night.
Yeah, turn us off and come back once you watched it, and definitely check it out as soon as you can. Like, yeah, it's worth it.
You could watch it in a day.
And I was gonna say, yeah, you could watch it in a day. It's as long as a 3-hour movie. So I mean,
yeah, 6 episodes. You can watch them in a row and win a day, just a day you have off, or
easily bingeable. I really don't know much of where to begin with it, I guess.
All I'm going to say is I loved it off the start. I loved it. I think it was a breath of fresh air for the Westeros universe.
100%.
And I can't wait to see more. And now we can get into more detail.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Dunk and Egg are now like at the forefront of of a lot of people's like favorite characters at the moment.
Yeah, for sure.
Somebody
Along
I heard
with,
on
go
a,
ahead.
I was gonna say somebody on a podcast the other day even said that egg is the new Grogu, and I was like, that's a crazy thing to say, but that's kind of true in its own way.
True, but I like egg way more.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's what they were
But
saying.
I know what you're
probably like
saying.
Egg more, but yeah, he's just, I don't know, the most
So
lovable
many memes
character.
and the screaming, the
memes.
Wait.
So many great moments. It starts off, I feel like, definitely in the first few episodes with more comedy. Then later on, it gets a little more dark and dull and brooding. It still has its comedic moments in every episode for sure. I think my favorite episode of the season would be I'm trying to remember the name of it right now, but I think it's the highest rated one, where he's going around trying to recruit the 7 before the trial.
Yeah, I think it's called 7.
Yeah, maybe just 7. I couldn't remember if it was that. Oh yeah, or In the Name of the Mother, maybe something like that.
Well,
let me see.
Here's the thing: there's 3 episodes that are ranking in 9s. In the Name of the Mother is 9.5 and 7 is 9.6.
It was 4. It was 4, 7, and then the 5th episode, In the Name of the Mother, probably my second favorite episode. I just, the thing about the In the Name of the Mother episode with the actual battle of the Trial of the 7 was the flashback for me. I think it was definitely essential. It was great. It was amazing. I guess like the breaking up of it was a little jarring.
Well,
I guess I'd say.
I'll just say this: that was one of the few things that was not in the book. They added that.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I think they just needed to fill time.
Well, not even just filling time. Like, again, I think it's 100% essential to the story of seeing Dunk as an orphan, him with the girl, which is reminiscent of the girl he's kind of fallen for now, and that he's doing all of this over. The meeting of Sir Arlen, like how that even happened in the first place, and him becoming a squire, and the whole get up line. Like, I think it ties in really, really well. It was just like, I guess I was just, it's a dumb complaint maybe, just because I was so excited for the battle. I'm just like, I don't want to go
ready to get to it. Sure.
Yeah. I don't want to go through this, but it was great. I mean, it's still, like I said, one of the best episodes of the season for sure. And I think both those episodes hold up against all your Game of Thrones episodes for the most part. Especially for being so short, but the 7 episode was my favorite. The recruiting, the, building up of his team, and of course that ending, like it was just a crescendo of, it's just amazing, like the way that whole episode was, and even the finale, I thought it wrapped up like perfectly for me, left off on such a good note. Like I was kind of wary on like how it would happen and whatever, or how it all end up, but I love
they stuck to the book so well. It's kind of shocking
how well they adapted it. See, I'm not familiar with I'm familiar with the idea of the book, but I've never read it.
The only thing, there was really only like 3 things in the season that they added that was not in the book, and that was him going to the tent with to Lionel Baratheon's tent and doing that party. That wasn't in the book. And then the flashback with the girl, and then the flashback with Sir Arlen. In the book, he never talks about anything about Sir Arlen other than he found him in Flea Bottom, and that was it. Like, you don't hear anything about
his character.
Yeah. I think I'm very interested to see, not to jump ahead already, but I'm very interested to see what they do for season 2. I think it will be I think a lot of people are either they're going to stay adapting, and I think a lot of people will be sad, or they won't adapt it, and then people that love the books will be mad. And I say sad because pretty much nobody is going to be in this second season that was in the first season.
Yeah.
If they go that route, which they said they were going to adapt the Sworn Sword story. So, which is a great story. All 3 stories. It's 3 short stories in one book. That's what it is.
Yeah, I know too that apparently George R. R. Martin, I think he said that he wrote like 4 more stories for them that haven't been published yet.
Because in the end of the book that it comes with, published in, he says at the end they have several more stories. Stay tuned, which with him saying that is comical.
Yeah. Everybody's like, he really doesn't want to finish his book, Winds of Winter.
Dude, asshole.
Even I love that. I love the memes that have been made. Yeah, the Great Night always finishes the story.
Yeah, they said that was the guy put in there as a dig, which I completely agree that probably. I mean,
or maybe he went in there to like kind of give him a kick in the butt, you know?
I hope so. They're on good terms, so I guess it really ain't like a dig, but
no,
it is funny. Hope it does put him.
Yeah, I love the way.
Just
in the last episode, the meetings between him and Makar the most, like the first meeting of, I want Egg to squire for you, but you have to come to Summer Hall. I also love Lionel at the beginning opening up the episode and him offering to take him back to Storm's End.
Yeah,
and then him going back after hearing from, is it Daron the second or whatever? Is that the drunk?
Yeah, the drunk.
The drunk.
Yeah, the drunk brother.
Him talking about Arian, I believe is his name, about how he used to be like, you know, a happy kid and very joyful and stuff, and don't know what happened. So that being like the inspiration for Dunk to try to save Egg from that lifestyle, and want to take him away, but Makar also saying no, and then Egg coming to him at the end, and turns out, you know, Makar didn't know that Egg left, and that's going to turn into
that's not what happened in the book either.
Yeah, but that's just great.
I like that they put that wrinkle in the book. He let him go, but like I like that they put I think it fit the story, the TV show better. How defiant Egg was, it just fit a lot better than just going by the book that one.
One thing I didn't really catch on to until a couple days after the episode was when Egg first told Dunk about Arian, that he used to come into his bedroom at night with the knife. So
with the knife between his leg.
Yeah, that happening at the end, kind of a full circle moment there. I thought the finale was pretty perfectly done. The whole season overall was great, very small scale storytelling, especially for like Game of Thrones universe, but still just like as much drama and great dialogue and great moments and just everything. Just for like one season alone and being such short episodes, it's like hard to ask for much better quality.
Not to be the book guy again, but I'm really excited for the third, if they adapt the third story that one I think's the best, and it'd be awesome to see it on the big screen. Also, apparently he's going to be growing out his hair, because in the book he has like long hair, so apparently he's wearing his hair long in season 2.
Well, in all of his interviews he's had it long, and they're already filming the next season right now, I believe. It's nice too, just to kind of guess what I was talking about before with Avengers Doomsday, about having like something to bring us all together to watch, sort of thing.
Instead of like a feel-good story.
Yeah, it's kind of back. I'm not gonna say it's on that Game of Thrones level, but it feels like it's heading in that direction for sure. It's got a great start. If it continues the way it's going, I think it could end up that way. And it's turned into another,
if it had more water cooler content, it would be on that level already. I think if it had a 10 episode season.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think it could be on that track.
Even just with the 6 episodes and half-hour episods, I really think it's already on that track. Like, I think it started off hotter than the first season of Game of Thrones did, for sure. I just don't think it's going to be as like, it's not going to be as such a wide of a scope as Game of Thrones will, I think, is what's hard about it. But as far as, I mean, I'm not trying to compare the two and how similar or different they are. I just mean as far as like I keep using the term today, like the cultural zeitgeist, but like something that's at the forefront, that's water cooler conversation. We're all excited about it, something to talk about each episode.
Right.
And,
Absolutely.
you know, can't wait each week for it to come out. And we're sitting around the television. Like, I think,
Like the old days, waiting for that music to hit.
yeah, exactly. And having like some just jaw-dropping moments. Like first couple episodes were really good. They were great episodes, but it was kind of starting off slow. But once you get into like the egg reveal of him being a prince and going into the trial of the seven, and Baylor is now going to fight for Dunk. And now, okay, Dunk has somehow survived after just tanking his way through it, but Baylor's dead, and now Dunk and Egg are going off together again, possibly to Dorne, but Makar doesn't know. Like it felt like each one was leaving off on like the perfect note, and the episodes were so. It's like they were making like the most use out of their time, because like the last episode with credits being like 28 minutes long, like was just fantastic, and felt like it had so much in it, like a 45-minute worth. So just the way that they're using their time, like there hasn't really been a down moment or an off moment, or that didn't hit right, or that didn't do what it was intended to do.
The fact that they don't have a lot of content to go off of, it's helping them not stretch something out longer than it should be.
Well, and just the singular focus, well, more just on Dunk and Egg, but mostly on Dunk.
Right.
I think it makes it to where it doesn't get too
between
messy.
15 different stories.
Yeah, you're not getting too messy. You're not risking that. And it's just more of a human story. It really humanizes Westeros and the people within it way more than Game of Thrones did. It felt more like characters rather than an actual person like Dunk does or Egg does. So,
right.
Yeah, just absolutely fantastic. The whole taking place around a tournament. You know, what better setting could you have for an up and coming night? Yeah, just the way it all was, and going back through more Westeros history. I'm also, as far as the Game of Thrones history goes, I think I've said it before, but Blackfire Rebellion's one of my favorite time periods and stories within the Game of Thrones history. And so this coming like towards the tail end of that, but just even having it being mentioned. And one small thing, I almost forgot to mention this, and I don't think I've told anybody this, but I noticed at the very end of the 7 episode where Baylor comes out and says he's taking Sir Duncan's side, that I haven't seen anybody online. I haven't seen anybody online talking about yet either. But Baylor was wearing like a black dragon on his armor, and Makar was wearing like a red dragon, like the traditional red dragon. So
right,
I thought
Blackfire reverses the colors.
Yeah, Blackfire reverses the colors, and the fact
black
that
dragon
he came
on red.
out, with a black on red rather than red on black, and he's standing up with Sir Duncan and standing against his brother. It's something I immediately noticed, just because it's one of my favorite details of the Blackfire stuff, as small as it is.
In the third story in the book, it really gets into the Blackfire Rebellion. So that's why I'm really excited for if they adapt it.
Yeah, I love that storyline a lot. I want to see that get adapted more. But yeah, again, just overall, I think it just held up. And again, there wasn't really ever a down moment, or again, like whatever the show was intending to do, it pulled off. If it was trying to make you laugh, if it was trying to make you cringe, if it was whatever it was, like it was epic. It was everything like I could have asked for out of the show. I don't think it could have been too much better. Now, do I think it's the greatest show ever made? Do I think some of the episodes of it, like the 7, are some of the greatest episodes ever made? I'm not going to go necessarily that far. I'd still prefer like a Battle of the Bastards or something, but it's just different on a different level or a different scale. Like with this whole, I don't want to get into it too much, but the whole Ozymandias Breaking Bad versus the 7 from 9 to 7 Kingdoms, like all that stuff is just
that whole war.
It's just really dumb.
It's just stupid.
It's
just stupid.
I don't mean to downplay it, but like there's just no, in my opinion,
two things can be great. It's kind of weird.
We can support both, but also just like the weight of something. Like that's what I mean with like Battle of the Bastards or like Ozymandias. Like the years of build up to those episodes and those moments and the significance of them. Like there's no comparison for that for me for like the Seven. Like the Seven is a fantastic episode, like amazing start to finish. Right. But like I just don't even think it's like worth the conversation to say like what's better than Ozymandias or as good. I'm just like I can't even begin to imagine that just because of what Ozymandias did or what happened. And like I don't know. Or even like in something like True Detective, for instance, like the finale of that, like season 1, like I don't know. I just think there's so much more build up to those things. Like I think it in the future it could have episodes that are on that level, but I think it's also hard with a half-hour format as well.
I think they said that it might tick up some more next season. Closer to the 45 to an hour long. I'll believe that when it happens.
I saw they said half hour to 50-minute episodes or something like that, but
which doesn't mean anything to me. So
it's definitely got that Game of Thrones quality. But as of now, I still couldn't have it like with Game of Thrones side by side, but I would definitely have it above House of the Dragon, and I'd have it more towards Game of Thrones than House of the Dragon. So it's been awesome. It's been really fun. I was glad I got to watch with my girlfriend. She's a huge Game of Thrones fan, big Game of Thrones fan. So it was awesome to watch with her.
You need to get the book and read it.
Yeah, she's got it. She's got Dunk and Egg in the House of the Dragon books or whatever. Fire and Blood.
Fire and Blood, yeah.
Yeah, she's definitely a fan. I want to get into more of it. I started reading the books before. I enjoyed them. I just never continued them. I just feel like there's so many books I want to read. But anyways,
right.
Yeah, just like I said, fantastic season, some fantastic episodes and moments, and I'm just really excited for the future of it. And I couldn't ask for much more of it, quality wise or anything wise. It was really special. So it was amazing.
I agree.
Lionel Baratheon, the GOAT, is all I have to say.
And he did it for the love of the game.
Yeah, love of the game, and I loved his speech in the finale too. The opening thing to Dunk about "We fought for you too." The Apple Boy, whatever his name is. Fossaway. I don't know his name, but I just love when he was like, the Apple Boy, he fought for you. We risked our lives.
Lionel truly did it for the love of the game, just to fight the Kingsguard.
And I love, he's like, if you know, come to Storm's End with me, we'll hunt and party and all that stuff, and I'll love you like a brother. And if you don't come, then I'll hate you like a brother. But,
right.
But yeah, just great character, just shined and stole every scene he was in. And his knighting scene of Raymond, which makes it funnier too. Now I think about it, he didn't even know his name. He's like the Apple Boy. It's like he just knighted that guy.
He knighted him, didn't even care. Yeah.
Didn't even know his name. But yeah, that moment of In the Name of the Mother, which I don't know if you've seen the edits where it matches up with Jamie knighting Brienne.
No, I haven't. That's cool.
Oh yeah, if you do them like side by side, it'll give you chills, dog.
That's awesome
because they're both just so epic. But yeah, that was a great moment as well, and the whole fight scene. I'll say this also, one of my few complaints about this season was the not showing of the other fighters in the tournament, and I still don't even know the outcomes of some of those fighters. I'm kind of confused as to that. That'd probably be one of my few complaints about the season.
The two Humphreys died, the Beesbury and the Harding. And then nobody on Arian's side died, but one of the Kingsguard got knocked unconscious. But that was it. Like that was the worst injury for his side.
Gotcha. I was curious as to that because it just didn't show much of everybody else.
In the book, it doesn't do a whole lot more detail, but it does do a little bit more. But yeah, it was kind of weird they didn't touch too much. Just the Beesbury and the Harding, and then of course Baylor. But
yeah, goated also.
Yeah.
And just how much I guess that changes.
Can't be a good guy in this universe. You're just doomed to die.
Unless you're done. Which he ends up
Unless
dying
you're done. Unless you're 7 foot tall, then it's a little different.
does. Well, just how much that Baylor death changes the outcome of the future of Game of Thrones history is
you can beat Sir Duncan the Tall, but you can't beat Dunk from Flea Bottom.
Yeah. Get up.
That's a line in the book.
Oh, I saw people say that line. I didn't know that was a line from the book, though.
Yeah, that's what he says in the book, to get up.
When
he just beat the crap out of him.
When Paul wasn't waking up yesterday morning, I sent him a picture of or actually a little short video of Egg screaming, "Get up!
Get up!" That's probably so many people's alarm.
Yeah,
now.
Yeah.
It should be.
Wait. Such great moments from Egg. Yeah, I don't know much more I could say aside from, I mean, it was just perfect. Production design too, all the costumes, stuff like that. I mean, it was amazing. Funny moments too. Yep. Like, had some really genuinely funny moments. All right then. Well, another one in the books. We're sitting right at the 3-hour mark. So yeah, good time to call it. Yeah, I felt like, again, a lot of good topics of discussion for this podcast. If you stayed all the way through, all 3 hours worth, then we appreciate you so much. Tuning in as always. If you have any opinions on the 2026, what's to come, and another one I thought about last thing is anticipated movie coming out real soon. I talked about towards the beginning, but the new Peaky Blinders movie. Excited about that a lot. So one of the upcoming movies, can't wait to check out. But anyways, yeah, a lot to look forward to this year. Any of your most anticipated movies, just shout them out. I'm assuming, again, they'll probably be Dune 3 and Odyssey for most people, but again, should be a great year quality wise for film, and also monetarily wise. But yeah, and getting to talk Christopher Nolan, and we've watched a lot of stuff recently, and I'm hoping I get to catch up on some more recent stuff, but also I'm enjoying getting to go through my old, list of movies that I've been wanting to watch for years too. So it's been nice. But yeah, thank you for making the time with me, Seth, to talk for this long.
Always.
Enjoyed doing it, and have to do it again here soon. We're coming to the end of February and going to start coming up on some big releases, so stuff to talk about, and all the summer releases and stuff. Yeah, I think it's going to be a great year for the podcast and for movies, and just really, really excited for everything. So, yeah, anyways, thank you guys for listening, tuning in, and until next time, we will see you at the movies.